Concrete Jungle by Lee Ross and Pamela Cuming. Interior Fisher's bedroom, night. It's too dark to really see anything. All we can actually see are soft tree shadows from outside dancing against the bedroom wall. Voiceover. Deep, soft, warm.
It all comes out in the wash. Just try it on for size.
Boy's voice.
It all comes out in the wash.
The tree shadows on the wall intensify. A reckless ride. Fisher Harwood, 10, changes position in his bed, sits up, peers out his window. Various stuffed animal faces next to him are illuminated as if watching. Voiceover.
Good. That's what I always say when it's a tight sitch. It all comes out in the wash.
Fisher watches the tree outside his window. Leaves clinging to branches have formed a face barely lit by a nearby street lamp. It's of a polar bear. It moves closer to Fisher's window and says, Tree/bipolar bear.
You're about to wake up now, Fisher.
Interior classroom day. The classroom has the shades drawn closed. Only a small amount of light escapes into the room from the windows. Faces barely visible, silhouettes at best, one of whom is a tall, lanky figure, Bryce, 28, the long-haired, nerdy teacher. Bryce.
Nice of you to join us, Mr. Harwood.
Tight on Fisher, still not fully conscious, wipes the sleep from his eyes.
Another one of your siestas?
All the kids around Fisher stare at him. Fisher blinks himself awake in the semi-darkness. Fisher.
It'll all come out in the wash.
Yes, indeed, it eventually will. So as I was saying, these guys only get a few visitors a year.
A faint glow illuminates the kids' faces, captivated.
It's a 3-hour small plane ride, bumpy I might add, then a 2-day hike into their muddy village hauling a 50-pound pack.
Bryce points again towards his Mac. The illuminated image paused on the laptop is of the towering Bryce, standing next to a native South American Indian half his size.
These little dudes were very wary of me at first. They've had their lands destroyed by globalization. Their own government had sold them off, but...
Beat, light, playful.
But after we played some games and I gave them some iPod Nanos and ate fried salamanders, well, they told me a very special story.
In the photo, the almost naked native holds a giant snail in both hands, a perfect spiral on its shell.
The story of how they can escape from one reality to another using a special chalk.
Fisher's eyes light up as the image changes on the screen. Bryce is now with the same Indian and is joined by a second native as well. They are next to a canoe, an intricate design carved onto its side. Bryce taps the mouse pad and a different series of images open up in another window.
They told me that they have a keeper of the chalk, and that his job is to always have a doorway drawn, and that this door must always be available for them.
Girl 1.
What do they have to have this door for?
Bryce returns to a photo of the two natives making a mixture in a wood bowl. Bryce is not in the photo.
For escape.
Boy 1.
From what?
Well, from what I could understand, not everything for the Anu is real in the real world, and that in times of crisis, their people will choose to escape from the unreal to the real.
The MacBook dissolves onto the next image. The image is of Bryce with the two natives next to a tree, a close-up of the tree's oozing sap on a knife held up by one proud native.
The Anu's tribe leader said that all of creation was within their chalk, and that the wind had told them how to use the chalk to create whatever they needed, and that to never use the chalk without purpose.
The last image from the presentation is of Bryce with what appears to be a chunk of dark red rock-like chalk wrapped in a thick green leaf. Boy 2?
Did they give that piece to you?
Bryce closes the laptop as the girl student lets up the shades. The light from outside stumbles into the classroom.
Yep. Want to see it?
All the kids scream yes, except for Fisher, whose quiet intensity watches Bryce's every move. Bryce picks up his bag by his desk, reaches in and lifts out a pouch, bound by a vine-like twine. He unties the twine and pulls out the red chunk of chalk we saw in the image.
For tomorrow, everyone has to make up their own tribal story. On paper, written down. 1 page minimum, extra credit for over 3 pages.
The school bell sounds for the end of the class. The kids grab their books and scurry out, except Fisher, whose eyes remain on the chalk.
And it can't be about chalk. Got that? Has to be about something else that's special to you.
Fisher stands slowly and moves cautiously towards the deep red chunk on the desk. Bryce appears, towering over Fisher. Bryce hesitates for a moment, sizing Fisher up. Suddenly, a knife blade appears in Bryce's hand. Fisher doesn't budge. Bryce picks up the chalk.
Don't use it all up in one shot.
Bryce slices off a piece for Fisher the size of a 9-volt battery. He's about to hand it over to Fisher, who remains still. Bryce holds out the dark crimson chalk, which Fisher slowly takes hold of, their eyes meeting, and it is handed off. Exterior street, San Francisco day. Fisher walks carefree through the side streets of SF, a crowded afternoon in the city. Fisher turns a corner and heads down another street towards Ghirardelli Square and the San Fran Bay waterfront area. He looks down into the palm of his hand. The chunk of chalk glistens like some dark crystal. We watch as Fisher continues on his merry way. Exterior street drawing spot, day. Weathered hands hold a similar piece of red chalk as they color in a part of a large mural. We see various tourists' feet in the BG Rachel Harwood, 44, attractive, with long unkempt hair, sans makeup is low to the ground. Boxes of used and fresh chalk sit by her side next to a bottle of water. She stands, takes a swig of her water, wipes the sweat from her brow, leaving smeared chalk powder on her face. She glances up at the sky, studies it. She then notices the faces around her drawing, all with perplexed expressions. Rachel fishes out her cell and looks down at the call display. She sees the name Fisher and hits call. She places the cell up to her ear. Voicemail answers. Fisher, voiceover.
Hey, if you're getting this message, it means that I'm still in my special class.
Rachel moves around to a different angle, takes a few steps back, scrutinizes, and voila. The drawing appears in 3 dimensions. It's a hole in the ground through the city street down into another world, but it appears backwards or something. It's not right. Fisher, voiceover.
If this is my mom, I'll be down at the spot after class. Everyone else wait for the beep and then say something.
We hear the beep sound. Rachel. Into cell.
Fisher, it's Mom.
A woman tourist arrives next to Rachel with a digital camera. Woman tourist.
Mind if I take a photo of your work?
Okay, but it'll be $5, sorry, inflation.
Into cell.
Fisher, I'm down at the pitch, so when you're done.
The woman does not notice that Rachel is making a call.
What is it? I can't...
The woman, mid-50s, holds the camera up to her face but away so she can frame Rachel's drawing on the small screen.
I usually don't allow photos.
Into cell.
So when you're done with class, just make your way down to my regular spot and we can...
The woman captures the drawing. We hear an old camera clicking sound, then she looks at her photo on the display.
I still can't figure out what the heck it's of.
Frustrated.
I'll see you soon.
She clicks off.
Can I help you out?
The woman tourist offers her camera. Rachel takes it and rotates it 180 degrees. With the picture upside down, the drawing suddenly makes sense.
Oh, that's amazing! That is truly wonderful! Sam, it's upside down!
Sam, her husband standing nearby, comes over. He looks at the display and then down directly at Rachel's artwork. Sam then turns his back towards the drawing and strains his neck to look at it upside down. The drawing magically appears correct. Jungle plants and tropical trees are in a hole but upside down. It's the ceiling, a rope descending down into our reality, as if from one floor above us. Sam.
That's one hell of a trick. I love it.
Sam takes out $1 and drops it in Rachel's hat. His wife glares at him. He pulls out a 5 and drops it in. Exterior street, day. Fisher sees a crowd of people up ahead. He's nearing the spot where his mother works. A few folks are straining, turning their heads and bodies upside down. Others snap photos. Fisher quickly makes his way through the crowd, arriving on the other side of the drawing to face his mother. Their eyes meet. She splits her focus from Fisher to her drawing. Rachel.
Did you get my message?
Fisher.
No. Did you call me?
You sure you have your cell?
Fisher looks in his bag and fishes it out. He looks at it.
Is it on vibrate? Can't leave it on vibrate.
A beat.
How was class? Mr. World Traveler have anything interesting to share with you this time?
People keep watching Rachel work on her spectacular pavement drawing, her life's obsession. She moves about as she speaks to Fisher.
Yeah, a few things.
Like...
A few more coins and a bill drops into one of the hats. Fisher has a look to see how Mom is doing today.
Kinda slow today?
Don't change the subject.
Well, he told us about his trip and showed us these really cool pictures of these small people in a forest, and that they had this special chalk they made from a tree.
And
he gave me a small piece of it.
Rachel stops drawing. Her expression changes from one of curiosity to something darker, something deeper.
he gave you chalk? We've been over this before, Fisher. No chalk. Brushes, pencils, paint, magic markers, crayons, but no chalk. Wasn't that our agreement?
Fisher looks worried, like no matter what he might say, there's no right answer.
Was that not our agreement, right? Hand it over. You know the deal.
I don't know where I put it.
He looks in his bag, pretending not to see it, his hand slowly touching his back pocket and feeling the chalk.
Is Lucky gonna be in today's CJ? How come he's not outlined?
Caught off guard. Steps back.
Good point. Why isn't he outlined? Add that to the list for tomorrow.
A beat.
What would I do without you?
Rachel looks at Fisher. His expression is a blank, "Are we done yet?" look.
Okay, time to call it a day. How about we grab a Ben & Jerry's?
Fisher's eyes light up. Interior Rachel's apartment, night. We're low on the worn carpeted floor. In the distance lies a small safe sitting in the shadows underneath a heavy desk. It's black, but we can see it's decorated with stickers, decals, and cute magnets. 2 sets of feet dangle down from tall chairs above. Fisher.
Well, how come he can never leave his cave? Why not go out and explore, I mean? Why just sit around if there's stuff to do?
As we slowly move towards the safe, it beckons us. Its heavy, foreboding mass, dense on the carpet below, keypad in place. Rachel.
Sometimes people just need to stay put. They just need the safety of what's familiar, comfortable.
The sound of a pen sketching, of shading on paper, a slight rustle of a page shifting, then more coloring sounds as we close in on the safe.
Well, Leo's always out doing stuff. Maybe tonight he can have a showdown like down at the pitch?
We stop before the safe. It rises up like a skyscraper, impenetrable. At the desk, Rachel and Fisher sit side by side looking down on different papers spread out. A comic book world before them. The desktop is littered with old soup cans filled with pens, pencils, erasers, brushes, and assorted illustration tools.
Maybe Leo could take on a rhino that's wandered in from safari, or Wombat gets cornered by a tiger.
Rachel smiles at her son's excited comments, but her focus is on the page and what she's working on.
We'll see. Have to wait and see.
Wait, so you're making Reese all grown up now? I thought Lulu had like 100 babies?
Well, yes, she did have a lot of babies, but Reese is the only one who stayed with her.
Why?
Fisher looks over a bit perturbed.
I mean, wouldn't more than one kid stay with their mother? How many kids did she have?
The pen stops moving. Rachel appears a bit frustrated.
I don't know, Fisher. I don't know everything that happens in there.
How can you not know? You're the one making it up.
Listen, it doesn't matter how many babies Lulu had, okay? What matters is that she has one left. Just one. That's all that matters. Just the one.
Rachel, at the end of her patience, begins to gather the papers to put their story away.
Okay, got it. Sorry, one kid. Come on, Mom, don't put it all away. Why does it have to all go back in there? How come it always has to go back in that box?
Rachel is already done. She's had enough. She slides her chair back and stands.
One day you'll understand why they have to be kept safe.
Rachel squats down and faces the black box. Suddenly, Fisher is there right by her side, trying to get a look at his mom fingering the keypad.
Why, though? I don't get it. How come they have to be hidden away?
The safe clicks. A small little red light turns green. Rachel opens the safe door and places the stack of comic pages into the safe, inside a folder. She slams the safe door shut. Thud.
I say things, and sometimes you like them, and sometimes it's my way or the highway. Why? Why does it always have to be your way?
Calm and even.
Because I'm your mother, and when you're with me on the weekends, it's my rules, and when you're with Sonia during the week, it's her rules. And right now, it's time for bed.
Fisher and Rachel lock eyes. After a long stare down, Fisher walks over to his bedroom door.
You walking me to class tomorrow, right?
Softens.
Of course I am, like always.
Beat lovingly.
Good night, Fisher. Love you.
Night, Mom. Love you too.
Fisher slowly closes the door, his mom already preoccupied with something else. Interior Fisher's bedroom, night. The tree outside tosses shadows onto Fisher's room wall near his bed. Fisher lies in the soft light, a small light, shines down into a shoebox full of pictures and clippings beside him. He pulls out a photo of his mom, himself, 5-ish, and another female, Sonia, 39, hanging out at a community pool. Rachel, happy, full of life, looks like a family. The shadows dance across the wall in the background, making familiar shapes of twisting and turning branches and leaves. The bright street lamp cuts through the wind outside. Heavy clouds roam across a full moon. Fisher lifts up another snapshot. This time he's round 7. It reveals Fisher, Rachel, and Sonia inside a drawing. Except this time we can see that they do not appear happy together. The tree and its leaves suddenly come together to make a spiral mandala on the wall. It spins inward, then outward. As Fisher looks up and over, it changes back to just leafy shadows. Fisher puts down the shoebox and flips off the light. Fisher. To himself.
Yeah, it'll all come out in the wash, I know.
Exterior Fisher School. Morning. 2 sets of shoes, one small, one larger, stand before a local San Francisco charter school. Next to the larger pair sits a worn wooden box sitting on a luggage trolley. Rachel lowers herself to face her son. Their eyes meet. She's another person almost. Rachel.
Hey, I'm sorry about last night. You know how I am about my work. It's not for everyone.
Fisher. Under his breath.
It's not for anyone.
Some other kids arrive with their parents. Rachel looks over to see if anyone is watching them, making sure the coast is clear.
They've all been around for some time now, and we're almost at the end of the story, so we just need to keep that between you and me.
In French.
Comprendre?
Fisher finally gives in and smiles.
Yeah, got it. Compress?
Good, you have everything? Phone?
Yep, have fun at work, Mom.
Fisher?
Yeah?
If any of the kids ask you about what I do for a living, tell them something normal.
But what you do is normal.
Rachel moves in close to her son.
No, it's not. It's just what I do to get us by, so if anyone asks you, we do something normal.
Like what, normal?
Like a waitress normal, I'm late, I'll see you later, down at the pitch.
Rachel taps her heart twice with her fist at Fisher. He returns doing the same. She places her hand back onto her trolley and is off. Fisher watches her leave. From over her shoulder.
Call me after when you're on your way down to the pitch, and don't forget to look both ways.
He shoots her a thumbs up. Exterior street performer spot, San Francisco day. 2 park benches are off to the side of the street, performer pitch, the spot where the big crowd gathering shows perform. Jim, 30s, unicyclist, clean tidy, compact, all-American, a few tats, and Guinness, 32. Freaky hair, hippie vibes, more tattoos, suspenders, fire torch juggler, just chillin' out. Both Jim and Guinness are standing next to their prop cases tied onto luggage trolleys. They don't look at one another as if it's some party distracted. Zippy, a.k.a. Dave, 30s, a street-tattered, frothy-haired guy with intense eyes, arrives with his box of props on his trolley, coffee in hand. Zippy.
Hey.
Jim.
I hear you got the prime spot last night.
Was just one of those shows.
They all look at one another like no one wants to do it. Surrendering.
I'll do it.
Jim picks up his unicycle and looks around, a warrior about to move into battle. Guinness.
I just hope Wonder Boy here keeps it under 40.
Like you don't drag the ladder on and whore out your hat lines like they're Mardi Gras beads.
Hey, if I wanted any shit out of you, I'd squeeze your head.
As he heads out into the open space of the performance pitch.
Isn't that a Butterfly Man line?
Whatever, dude. Just do your little show.
We follow behind Zippy as he walks through the crowds towards Rachel's pavement spot just down the street. Up ahead, Rachel is hard at work on her concrete jungle. Spectators keep tossing change into her hat. Coffee still in hand, Zippy appears over Rachel's shoulder.
Hey, Rachel, how's it going?
She doesn't seem to hear Zippy, who squats down next to her. Rachel eyeballs her drawing, completely immersed.
Rachel, how's it going?
Rachel snaps out of her world surprised as if Zippy has materialized out of thin air. Rachel.
I'm all right.
And what are we drawing today?
The usual.
Zippy stands, looks at the drawing, tilting his head. Rachel glances at the sky and back to her drawing. Sky.
So what's the prognosis, Mez Chalkmaster? We gonna be spared from a drencher?
In her drawing.
No guarantees, you know that.
This from your graphic novel, what's it called? CJ.
Concrete jungle, like our gig.
You still keeping it in that safe?
Rachel looks directly into Zippy's eyes.
You should get that thing out, do something with it.
I'm done with it. After this weekend, it's over. Done, finny.
Rachel goes into her zone and continues drawing. Zippy gets the message.
Well, let me know if you need a second opinion on it. Spell check it, whatever.
Thanks, but no thanks, Zippy. Catch you later.
Later.
He turns and leaves Rachel to her concrete jungle artwork. Exterior Rachel's spot, day later. Side by side stand two sets of feet, Rachel's and Fisher's. We rise up to see they are eyeballing the CJ drawing. Rachel paces for a moment, a few tourists watching her. Rachel.
Be right back. Gotta check out the bathroom. Watch the gear and call me if the cop, what's his name, comes by, okay?
Fisher is still absorbed in the drawing.
Okay?
Fisher.
Okay.
Rachel heads off to a public restroom. Fisher looks down at his mom's drawing. A coin drops into the hat. Fisher looks around, feet passing by. He feels his back pocket and brings out the special chalk. It looks heavy, like lead, yet it almost glows in his hand. Fisher begins to fill in the lines in red that his mother has already drawn. As Fisher continues to color over the drawing, out of the corner of his eye, the rope in the drawing twitches, then twitches again. Fisher stands, looks around at the tourists. They're all going about their business, oblivious.
Did anyone just see that? Hello?
Slowly, Fisher, with his chalk in hand, steps into the drawing. The rope remains standing upright, as if emerging out of the hole drawn into the ground. Fisher pockets the chalk, places his hands around the rope, and begins to hoist himself up. Our POV rotates. The tourists' feet and bodies are now stuck to the ceiling, the rope now dangling down. Fisher hoists himself up into his mom's jungle drawing. The upside-down world below him continues on without a second thought. Interior concrete jungle drawing, continuous. Fisher finds himself in a subtropical, lush, dense forest. There's a slight breeze. He looks down into his mom's world. People still looking at the artwork. Everything's normal. Fisher shouts.
Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Fisher sees before his eyes, stretching in all directions, a magical, almost surreal explosion of jungle life, a stunning blend of misty beauty and haunting mystery. Fisher has one last glance back down into the hole. His mom has returned, engrossed, coloring away on the drawing, not looking around or hearing her son's call. Fisher explores his mother's made-up world. We follow right behind as he pushes a large emerald fern out of the way. As he does this, he notices something about the fern. He touches it gently, feels the texture between his fingers. Chalk. He strokes the fern, amazed. A puff of chalk dust escapes the rubbery surface. Glistening green sparkling particles in the sunlight float in the air. Behind him, Fisher hears the rustling of some leaves. He spins round to face a black-as-night raven, aka Lucky, his round black eyes drinking Fisher in. Fisher steps closer. Lucky hops one branch back, just out of arm's length. He blinks in a bland way, no expression or hint of a soul.
If you're worried that she's not going to put you in today's drawing, I think she will. I did mention you to her. It's all good.
Fisher looks back towards the hole that he climbed in from and the rope still resting on the jungle floor. Lucky looks over towards the hole, then back at Fisher.
I know you speak, so tell me something. Anything.
Lucky takes to the air, circles Fisher once, then disappears into the dense jungle brush. Exterior jungle, day moments later. Fisher sprints through the jungle landscape. It passes by him like a cartoon in 2D. Then the jungle faces him, morphing into 3D. It appears that he knows where he's going. He stops to get his bearings in a small clearing. All directions appear the same, overgrown vegetation. Nothing makes sense. Fisher notices the air has grown quiet. He listens as the buzzing of insects and jungle life has gone silent. Even the wind has died down. Suddenly, an extremely high-pitched scream sound like a hive of bees gone crazy envelops him. He covers his ears. It's getting louder, sharper, unbearable. The sky shifts to an ominous charcoal gray. Fisher looks up. A pitch-black, thick cloud is heading towards him. Passing overhead is a swarm of something dark, bigger than insects, but moving too fast to see clearly. The high-pitched sounds begin to subside as the swarm of thick black passes. The light of day returns. Uncovering his ears, Fisher notices something, like it's part of the jungle, but not. Something familiar on two trees, chalk. Someone or something has drawn arrows and little stars in different colors like graffiti, but they point in different directions. Chaotic. Fisher.
We didn't talk about this. No one draws stuff in here, chalk on chalk.
Fisher then takes out his own special piece and randomly touches it to the already marked tree. His chalk illuminates the graffiti, which explodes into blinding neon colors, spreading onto the entire tree. The tree itself responds by the arrows rearranging themselves, pointing in the same direction.
Now that is cool.
Voice. A kid's voice.
I'll say, that was super cool.
Fisher twists round trying to locate the voice.
Who said that?
Nothing. Then, boy's voice.
I did.
We look down on Fisher, his back to us from above.
Well, where are you? Lucky. Warm. Leo? Burr? You sound like from my class but different. Show yourself. I'm right in front of you. Just open your eyes and look.
There, entwined within the thick vines covering the trunk of the tree, hides a brown and ruby-red python, aka Reese, not too big, his head peeking out. Their eyes meet. Fisher gulps in his fear and steps closer.
Reese?
Reese.
Bingo.
Man, you've gotten big. When we drew you last, you were just small.
Dude, I know. It's weird getting older. Everything happens, like, way faster in here.
Reese seems to be putting something together, in thought.
Did that chalk get you in here? I felt it from 2 trees away, right through the roots. Wired in direct. Better than Wi-Fi, even.
Yeah, it came from a tree, so it must be something with the jungle?
Does she know you're here?
Who?
Your mom.
Yeah, I think so.
Thinking.
Do you know how to get to Polar's cave?
Yeah, but, sometimes he doesn't make any sense.
Fisher stares at Reese like they're old friends.
This way.
Reese slithers off at a fast pace. Fisher follows. Exterior street performer spot. San Francisco day. Jim is still setting up his show props and equipment, getting his small AMP plugged in, wireless MIC set with fresh batteries. He's a short distance away from the hangout bench. Guinness saunters over. Casual. He's checking out his little pouch with some weed in it. Jim.
You still helping her out?
Guinness.
If you mean ensuring that she's taken care of when she runs out, well, then yeah, I am.
It's getting close to that time of the month.
I know. I don't even want to be here.
Exterior performer spot. Day later. In the BG, Guinness is in the middle of his show, a wall of bodies, their backs facing the bench. Watch Guinness perched high up on an unsupported ladder, 3 fire torches in hand. Guinness.
Now, kids, if mommy and daddy don't give you any money to give to the funny juggler, that only means they don't love you.
Performer bench. Jim holds a cloth bank bag, his hands are halfway inside. He's counting dollar bills. Zippy, book in hand, sits next to Jim. He pays no attention to his counting while reading. Jim. Read the money.
Man, they're just not digging deep today.
Zippy.
Coffee?
Got a no-rain guarantee?
They both look up towards the partly cloudy sky, and standing before them is a distraught Rachel.
Hey, what's up, pavement wizard?
Rachel. Short of breath.
Have you seen him?
No, the cop hasn't been here today.
My son. He was at my spot a little while ago and now he's gone.
Rachel, I'm going to get a coffee. You want one?
Rachel, unsure of what to do, looks at the crowd behind her, then to Jim, then back to Zippy.
Coffee, sure. Okay, let's get a coffee. Calm my nerves.
To Jim.
If you see him, have him call me.
Exterior. The street. Promenade. Day later. Zippy walks with Rachel back towards the pitch and her pavement spot. Drinks in hand. Zippy.
You left him a message, and that's what any mother would do, so...
Rachel.
So you think he's probably just gone to say hey to Bongo, right?
So, how's the work at home going? The graphic novel?
A beat.
The one you keep in your safe.
Rachel and Zippy arrive back at Rachel's spot, a few tourists trying to figure out the huge CJ drawing. Rachel comes in close to Zippy, looks directly into his eyes. Suspicious.
Why, has she been down here recently? You can tell me if she has. I mean, you're one of the few people other than my ex who knows about that.
Rachel picks up her cell on the ground next to her water and chalk. She hits redial and places it up to her ear.
So you think he went to see Bongo?
Fisher, voiceover. Message plays.
Hey, if you're getting this message, it means that I'm still in my special class.
Zippy and Rachel just stand there, sipping their coffees, no words. The message almost off in the distance like a radio. Fisher, voiceover.
If this is my mom, I'll be down at the spot after class. Everyone else wait for the beep and then say something.
Rachel's whole face and body seems to rest with relief. Into her cell.
Hey, if you're visiting Bongo, you have to tell me. You can't just go wandering off. Call me. Love you. Bye.
Interior concrete jungle, cave, day later. Reese and Fisher stand before a foreboding ice cave. Fisher.
You think he's having a good day?
A black as night interior summons them in. Frost and snow cover its walls just a few feet in. Reese.
He doesn't have his nickname for nothing, you know.
Well, during the last few pages Mom and I worked on, he promised not to eat seal on his birthday.
They move closer and peer into the cave, a slight echo returning back along with a cool breeze lifting chalk dust into the air.
Seal, or just seal meat.
Never mind, come on.
Interior bipolar bear's cave, moments later. Fisher and Reese walk uneasily on an icy cave floor, the last of the daylight receding in the background outside. Reese.
Man, this ground is cold and I can't see anything.
Fisher. Soft shout.
Polar, you here?
Instinctively, in the semi-dark, Fisher looks down at the palm of his hand. The chalk from Bryce has appeared. A bright red glow emanates from the chalk, just enough to see a few feet ahead.
Whoa, that's what I'm taking about. That is cool.
Reese snakes up onto Fisher's body, wrapping himself around his waist and torso and up to his neck, their faces now side by side.
Hey, what the?
Hi, sorry, you're just so toasty.
Suddenly, a deep, throaty growl emanates towards the boys as they cautiously continue into Polar's cave. Bipolar bear. Reese's body naturally squeezes and tightens around Fisher's neck, almost choking him. Fisher strains and peels away Reese's hold around his neck. Whispering.
Sorry.
Polar, it's me, Fisher Harwood, remember from the Antarctic drawing?
Fisher holds his piece of chalk up a little higher, a set of steely eyes followed by razor-sharp teeth glinting in the pale red glow beyond.
Grah! Fisher Harwood, grr.
Exterior jungle, hole continuous. Looking down into the hole Fisher entered from, two animal faces peer into the real world. Another python, Lulu, Reese's mom, a thick lemon-bodied creature with tangerine and chocolate swirls and Leo, once a lion king, now a mangy, haggard has-been. Lulu possesses a syrupy, sensual voice. Lulu.
Go on, give it another try. Last time a doorway opened up, we didn't take advantage. Maybe she'll hear you this time. One more. Come on, Studley.
Leo, exasperated, looks at Lulu, then back down towards Rachel below, oblivious to the action inside her drawing. He takes a deep breath in, coughs a little, tries again, about to explode, then finally bellows out an enormous roar. It echoes down into Rachel's reality, but to no effect. Leo.
See? Just like last time, nada.
They pull back from the hole, the rope lying on the jungle ground.
Gotta wonder who made it in here this time. She should come in here. See how it feels. For real.
Leo, do you trust me, love? I have an idea.
Exterior jungle, hole, moments later. The rope is now tied around Leo's waist, and wrapped tightly around his neck is Lulu's tail. The rest of her very long body extends down through Leo's paws and into the hole. We follow slowly along her thick elastic length down into Rachel's world. Exterior Rachel's street spot, Ciao. Rachel is taking a break. She's slowly sharpening her chalk, resetting the gear, etc. We view her upside down, as if she was standing on the ceiling. Her drawing of the concrete jungle making perfect sense with this view, in design and perspective. Lulu slithering her way down. We slowly rotate around so the ceiling becomes the ground as Rachel looks up towards the sky, scoping out the weather situation. Slowly, Lulu rises up behind Rachel, unaware that anything is going on other than a gray sky creeping in. Exterior jungle, hole, continuous. Leo sits on hind legs. The weight of Lulu's mass makes him slide slightly towards the hole, face bulging bright red. Leo. Shouting, struggling.
Is she there? Can you reach her? It's getting hard to...
Exterior Rachel's street spot, continuous. Most of Lulu's body is now in the other world, her body arching from the hole up and then over onto the pavement, her head and neck near Rachel and the last of her gear. Leo. Distant, echoing.
Hurry it up! Snap, snap! Lolo!
Rachel. To herself.
He never listens to me. I say call, he doesn't. I ask him to guard the spot. He takes off, damn it.
Exterior jungle, hole continuous. Leo is losing this tug of war. Lulu's weight pulls him right to the edge of the hole. His legs and paws dig in as Lulu's tail begins to unravel from around his neck. Leo. Grunting, straining.
Lulu, time's up. Get back here. I'm not gonna be able to hold on much longer.
Suddenly there's a rustle of leaves to Leo's left. His grip slipping, Leo's eyes shift to see who's there. Perched attentively, calm as a feather, sits Lucky. His beady dark eyes waiting, watching.
Lucky, help! Go! Get help!
Lulu's tail is now only wrapped around Leo's front two paws, but she is slipping away right through his fingertips. Lucky does nothing. Totally indifferent. Lucky.
Caw!
Roaring cry.
Rigger, rear.
The whole jungle vibrates, sending dusty-colored chalk particles in the air as he falls back, the last of Lulu disappearing down into Rachel's world. Exterior Rachel's street spot. Continuous real world. Lulu is completely alone on the pavement, Rachel right in front of her, engrossed in her cell phone display as she places the last of her gear away. Lulu. Exhilarated, sensual.
I feel so light, so free. I can't believe this.
Her tongue darts at the air, tasting something different.
M-Boy is going to want to know about this. Everything's so different here, the ground, the air, my...
She can see that something is happening to her body. Lulu's eyes go wide, a bright sparkle emanating from beneath her own scaly skin. Her lemon and tangerine markings becoming brighter and brighter. The light inside her body shoot out in all directions. Shouting almost orgasmic.
Leo, it's amazing, it's wonderful. Oh yes, come down here, it's okay. I'm very okay.
Exterior concrete jungle, clearing. A stack of balanced rocks grace the center of a wooded clearing, massive trees standing guarding the periphery. The rocks appear paper-thin from one angle, and from another they look round and heavy. On the top stone rests a candle. Its flame flickers in the air. Hanging out here are wombat, a mid-sized marsupial from Australia, thick accent, and tortoise, a lumbering, multicolorful reptile with a deep southern accent. Wombat.
So you're saying you finally caught him in the act?
Tortoise.
Yep, I did. I mean, dang, he's fast. Was just minding my business, chewing on a few cocoa leaves and whatnot. I looked behind me, and there he was, drawing on my back, plain as day.
Wombat has a once-over of Tortoise's shell. It's covered in cool chalk glyphs, similar to what Fisher found on the trees.
Well, at least he did a decent job. I mean, you should have a look at what he did to Polar's cave, bloody bonza.
Leaning in, secretive.
You know, I've been hearing rumours.
Like what?
Whispers.
Strange things happening, darkness roaming around the jungle, folks going to other depictions.
Wombat's ears perk up as Tortoise's eyes shift. They both rubberneck around to face Lucky again, silent and watchful.
Crikey, I wish you were a bloody kookaburra. That way we'd at least know you were there, Lucky.
How long you been there? We were just chit-chatting about the badger and how he was messing with Michelle.
Lucky is dead silent.
I quite like it. Reminds me of some art I've seen back home, out back.
A beat.
So you seen him, Lucky, that bloody bugger?
Lucky looks around, then back and forth at both Wombat and Tortoise. Lucky flies off. Lucky.
Caw.
Bloody wanker thinks he's the strong silent type.
Under his breath.
You think he heard what we were talking about?
Dunno. Anyway, it's all hearsay, doublespeak, just leave it be.
At this moment, both their faces change. Something's not right.
You hear that?
Indeed.
The sky begins to turn dark. A black cloud nears. The wind picks up, the candle flickers and then blows out. They turn to the treetops.
I got a bad feeling about this.
A beat.
Real bad.
Now let's not carry on like a pork chop.
The shifting mass of darkness is now above them. Wombat places his paws over his ears. The piercing, high-pitched squeals are deafening. They descend into the clearing, thousands of oily black bats, their sonar calls everywhere. Like a sandstorm or a blizzard, we watch with Wombat as Tortoise yanks himself inside his shell. The bat's so thick he can't even see Tortoise just inches away. Like insects, they swirl around them, violent, chaotic. Flashes of Tortoise come and go. Wombat hangs onto the rocks for dear life, long nails clutching, desperate. Suddenly the bats disperse, and like a flash flood, they're gone, and so is Tortoise.
No, this bloody can't be. Tortoise, Tortoise, no!
Wombat watches as the black cloud of bats disappear into the horizon. Exterior jungle continuous. Wombat races through the jungle, panic-stricken. Out of breath, constantly checking the sky, he stops, confused, direction is off. Sniffs the air, bat terror still with him. Interior concrete jungle moments later. Wombat's footpad slamming on the jungle floor. He's breathless as he arrives at the exterior hole. Hole. Leo is there with his head in his paws. Forlorn. Wombat.
Leo, thank goodness, mate.
He doesn't notice Leo's demeanor, nor the portal to Rachel's reality. He looks to the sky, fear in his voice.
They took him. They came and just bloody took him. We were there at the clearing just catching up. Then, out of nowhere, they came and now Tortoise is gone. Fit gone.
Leo doesn't hear a word.
Leo, you hearing me, matey? Tortoise is gone. Fit.
Noticing.
Where's Lulu? Leo, what the bloody hell happened?
Leo.
She's gone.
Did they get her too? It was awful, bloody awful, the sound, the darkness.
Despondent.
I lost her. It's all my fault. I had her, but I just couldn't hold on. Damn arthritis.
He holds his paws up, revealing his decrepit joints.
Crikey. Leo, what are you saying, mate? Where did you lose her?
He sobs, points to hole.
Down. There.
Wombat moves over to the hole. He looks down into the fading light of day. We see people, feet walking by.
Why, Leo? Why did you let her go down there?
To see her. To tell her not to stop drawing us. She can't stop. And now, my love is gone.
A beat.
What am I going to tell Reese? What am I going to tell her little boy?
The bloody truth. That's all there is, mate. The bloody truth. Let's go find him. Break it nice like.
Interior by Polar Bear's Cave continuous. The red light from Fisher's chalk illuminates a huge white polar bear, his size dwarfing both Fisher and Reese. Fisher. Concerned.
Polar. It's Fisher, remember? I was dreaming when we met, on an ice floe. It was Seal's birthday.
Polar inches closer. By Polar Bear.
Goyo, here'd you get that?
Chalk.
This? From my teacher, why?
Polar looks a bit perplexed.
It's chalk. Just like the Badgers. He drew on my wall. He friggin' tagged my crib. Why'd he have to tag my crib? Very rude.
Fisher's eyes sharpen.
Show it to us. I might be able to fix it.
It's this way.
He turns around and heads deeper into the cave. They follow. Interior by Polar Bear's Cave moments later. By Polar Bear.
Can you believe this?
Polar is attempting to show the boys his tagged cave, but the glow from Fisher's chalk reveals very little. Reese.
Just a few scribbles.
Fisher.
Wait a sec.
Fisher takes the chalk and touches it to the cave wall and one of the Badger's drawings. Like a domino puzzle mixing with a Vegas sign, an elaborate and highly detailed series of drawings reveal themselves covering the entire cave.
Whoa, that is killer. That Badger's got the juice.
The graffiti designs look a little like crop circles, but nothing makes any real sense other than its beauty.
Whoa, sweet!
The glow lights up everything. We can now see the interior of Polar's cave. It's got a Flintstones type of feel, rock chairs, a tree trunk sofa, some old fish bones, mulch bed. Pouting.
Why'd he do this to my pad? It was inconsiderate and disrespectful.
Reese and Fisher are mesmerized by the numerous drawings surrounding them. Polar oblivious as he slumps onto the wood sofa. Reese.
Have you met him, the badger?
Yeah, he tells me what's up, you know. Out there.
My mom told me that he gets his chalk from a part of the jungle most of us have never seen.
Fisher is still studying all the designs around him. He goes over to the wall, very close to it, the fluorescent colors like frozen fireworks. Hesitating.
It's true. There are parts to this place that even she doesn't know about.
She who?
Whispers.
Your mother.
Mom never lets me draw with chalk, ever.
That's dumb.
Go ahead, kid, make my day.
Polar offers the entire cave to Fisher.
But you better think about what you're doing. Not like Badger, going all ape with no purpose.
Fisher studies the wall, an enormous canvas. Then down at the chalk in his hand, Fisher reflects and then traces over one of the designs, but then makes it his own. As he zeroes in on his own spiral figure, something quite interesting begins to happen on all the walls all around him.
Whoa, look, it's all rearranging.
Wicked, dude, totally wicked.
The colors are moving in beautiful dance-like sequences. We see letters, numbers, Mandelbrot sets coming and going as Fisher's influence begins to subside. Blown away.
Man, that's better than any aurora I've ever tripped on.
Fisher, you catching any of this? Fisher, oh my god.
In slow motion, Fisher collapses onto the icy floor, his body shivering, convulsing as the effects of the art pass through his body. Reese and Polar stand above Fisher. They look down on him. Fisher passes out. Darkness, blackness. Interior, Rachel's APT. Fisher's bedroom, morning. Fisher's eyes snap open. He bolts upright. Fisher.
What? No, this can't be right.
Fisher looks around confused. Glances at the alarm clock reading 8 a.m. He jumps out of bed.
It wasn't another dream. No, I was there. I know it. I know it wasn't a dream.
On the top of his dresser, as Fisher scrambles to get dressed, we catch a few glimpses of framed photographs. We see a photo with Fisher and Rachel. Fat-colored letters baked into the sides. Mom, Mom, Mom. We recognize another photo with Fisher and Rachel, arm in arm with Sonia. A blur of big smiles. Shouting, concerned.
Mom? Mom, are you up? Wake up. You're not going to believe this.
Interior, Rachel's apartment. Living room, morning. Tight on Rachel out cold on the pull-out couch, snoring. Interior, Rachel's apartment. Living room, moments later. Fisher, dressed with backpack, stands over his mom, sound asleep on her pull-out couch. Fisher.
Mom, wake up. It wasn't a dream. I was drawing, like changing things, and it was incredible. We were in Polar's cave, and Reese was with me.
Rachel stirs, begins to wake up, still incoherent. Rachel. Groggy.
What? You were with who? What time is it? Fisher, it's way too early for your stories.
It wasn't a dream, and it's not just a story. I was there.
Rachel's eyes finally open and remain open, crust-filled.
Where? There? Where?
I have to go, late for school, but later I'll tell you all about it later. So cool.
Fisher grabs his school backpack, then a look of concern leaps onto his face. Fisher searches his pockets, a bit frantic.
What? What are you missing? You have your cell?
Then Fisher feels his back pocket, the chalk still there.
Yeah, all good, Mom said. I'll see you later.
He taps his heart twice with his fist. She does the same back. He bolts.
Bryce is never gonna believe me.
The front door slams shut. Thud. Rachel looks around, sits up and scratches her head. The place is a mess. Rachel sits there, bland, expressionless. She stands in her underwear, t-shirt. She heads for the bathroom. Series of shots. Bathroom. Rachel turns on the shower. Living room area. Rachel slides on her work pants. Kitchen. Hands turn the kettle on. Instant coffee spooned into mug. Bread into toaster. Rachel crunching on her toast. Alone. Glances at her watch. Heads for the interior living room, continuous. She grabs her trolley, about to leave, but something catches her eye. It's the safe on the floor under her desk. Tight on Rachel's steel safe, covered in little kid stickers, animals, smiley faces, poetry magnets, and plastic pop-ons. We hear the door close behind her with a loud thud. Interior classroom day. Bryce is before his group of kids. It's business as usual. All the kids are giggling and making noise. Bryce.
Okay, settle down, guys. Now let's get to it. Assignments are due, so bring them right up.
The kids all reach into their bags, pulling out their written stories. Fisher knows he's in trouble. He glances at the piece of chalk Bryce gave to him.
Let's go, nice! A 3-pager from Ryan and a 2-pager from Denise. Hello.
The kids all make it back to their seats as Bryce gets all the papers in order on his desk. He flips through them, double-checking that everyone has handed in their homework. His eyes dart to the back and lock with Fisher's.
There are reasons why, once again, you have not been able to complete the...
Fisher blurts out.
It works!
All the kids look at Fisher.
Excuse me?
The chalk. From the Anu, it changes things like you told us.
The kids mutter stuff between themselves, snickers here and there.
5 pages Mr. Harwood due next week. I'm not kidding. This is the last time I cut you some slack. You had all of...
Interrupting Bryce.
It opened up a way for me to go into one of my mom's drawings.
All the kids burst into laughter. Bryce remains stoic.
It was like you told us. The unreal can be real. I'm not making this up. There's even a keeper of the chalk there. A badger, and the...
Again, all the kids laugh and snicker. Almost in tears.
I traced over his drawing with your chalk and it all rearranged in amazing colors. But there was this crazy intense current going through my body and it was like way too strong and then I woke up in my bed. I'm telling you the truth.
Fisher looks around at all the kids' faces. There is no sound. Dead silence, like inside a bubble, is all Fisher can hear. Slow motion faces laughing and pointing his way. In an instant, the sound comes back. Mute is off.
Quiet. Enough.
To Fisher.
Fisher, we've spoken before about chalk stories and missing homework. Like I said, 5 pages, nothing about chalk next week. We clear?
Crystal.
Exterior San Francisco streets, day. Fisher, defeated, heads towards the wharf and his mom's spot. He pulls out his cell phone from his bag and hits call. The cell rings. And rings. Exterior San Francisco street, day. Fisher makes his way down towards his mother's spot and the concrete jungle drawing. It's cloudy out, but still no rain. Exterior performer spot, moments later. Fisher arrives at the spot where Jim, Guinness, and Zippy usually are, but it's Monday. Few tourists and no performers or crowds. He reaches into his pocket, pulling out the special Anuvian chalk. Exterior Rachel Street spot, day. With the chalk, Fisher's hand traces the areas where his mom's drawing has faded. Fisher stands, moves over to the 3D spot. The jungle picture rises into form and amazingly stands upright, beckoning him. The rope jiggles. Fisher pockets the chalk and steps into the actual drawing and grabs onto the rope. Again we rotate around and Fisher swiftly climbs up into the jungle. He's gone. Interior Rachel's apartment, day real world. Rachel steps through her front door, exhausted. She sets her gear down by the door and heads towards her desk. Interior living room, day continuous. Rachel squats down to face the desk and her heavily decorated safe below. Her hand deftly punches in a code on the worn keypad. The safe door clicks open. Inside the safe, we see a few stacks of $10 bills and 2 wads of 20s. Also we see the concrete jungle folder. She pulls the folder out. She moves over to her art desk and opens up a set of illustration pencils and markers. Rachel flips through the pages of the concrete jungle drawings to the same jungle scene on the street pavement. We can see the last chunk of pages are blank. She stares at the empty pages, frown lines deepen, conflicted. Interior jungle, day. Fisher arrives exactly in the same place from the hole as with his first visit. The chalky jungle shimmers before him. He picks up a few small rocks. He twists them round in his hands. Upon examination, he sees them round and big from one angle, but then sideways. Flat, paper thin, yet heavy. He hears a familiar sound just on the other side of a large fern. He pushes through the thick vegetation to find the badger, an alarming beady-eyed creature. A long, narrow nose with black and white stripes trail down to its nostrils. Badger's chalk holster is strapped firmly around his waist as he tags a massive tree with another symbol. The badger, absorbed with his creation, doesn't sense Fisher, who watches him. Amazed at the high speed he tags his surroundings, Fisher mistakenly steps on a twig, causing Badger to freeze. His ears twitch, yet he doesn't spin round. He has a foreboding, deep, slow voice. The badger.
They know you're back?
The badger keeps his back to Fisher. He slowly continues to work at the design on the tree. Fisher.
No.
No, that's so.
What you did to Polar's cave. My chalk changed it.
But you didn't have a chance to see what it says now, did you?
No, the chalk was too strong.
Or you were too weak, in your mind, not focused.
Maybe. Why? What does it say now?
Maybe that's no answer. Where's your chalk? Show me your chalk.
Fisher hesitates, not sure he can trust the shifty badger, who has spun around to face Fisher, who is just a little bigger than the badger himself. Exterior by Polar Bear's cave, continuous. Lucky perches just outside of Polar's cave. He caws and takes to the air. We follow him up and up into the CJ sky. In the distance, approaching fast, is the dark mass of flapping wings. Lucky flies towards the approaching swirling mass of bats. As they fly towards the cave, one bat circles opposite Lucky. This appears to be the main bat. They circle around one another. Lucky caws twice as the main bat flaps away with the others, the sonar cries echoing down towards the cave. Exterior jungle clearing, continuous. Wombat and Leo make their way through the dense brush of their home. Wombat's pace more urgent than Leo's sullen demeanor. Wombat.
Leo, mate, something's not right. Leo, you have to let it go.
They stop in the clearing, the one where Tortoise was taken.
This is where they took Tortoise. But something's different now. Look at the trees, the bush. It isn't sparkling like it normally is.
Leo musters up a glance around himself.
It's as if everything is bloody dying.
Leo.
Or not getting the energy it normally does.
A beat.
I can relate. Oh, how I can relate.
In the distance, we hear a sonic commotion. The cries of the bats mix with the shrieks of a boy's voice. They echo forth, reaching into the jungle. Leo and Wombat's faces turn, both realizing the same thing.
Polar's cave.
Reese! Polar!
They take off urgently. Interior BI Polar Bear's cave, continuous. Polar swats at the bats, circling all around him and Reese. There are hundreds of them filling the cave. They are so thick that Polar can't keep them away. Bipolar Bear.
Why are you all doing this? Who sent you? Agra.
Their sharp claws latch onto Reese, his tail wrapping desperately onto Polar's hind leg. Reese.
Polar, I can't hold.
The popping echolocation escalates into a cacophony of sonar madness. Polar places his paws on his ears, trying to hold on to Reese. Screaming.
Polar, Fisher, help.
Exterior jungle, day continuous. Fisher holds the slightly smaller piece of special chalk in his hand. The badger, now very close, eyes it intently. The badger.
Can you feel her?
A beat.
You did feel it when you were in the cave.
Fisher.
It?
Badger turns and traces a few flowing lines of blue across the surface of a nearby plant, the color and energy of the lines flowing into the leaf and refreshing the area that the plant lives within.
The energy that's in everything, that all things created have a special link to you, and if you listen, you can speak to it.
Like the guys who gave Bryce the chalk?
Like you, Fisher Harwood, touch the tree with your chalk and listen.
Fisher places his piece up onto the bark of the tree near its roots. We see a shimmering current move from the roots into the chalk, lighting it up and then entering into Fisher's fingers and up into his arm.
Close your eyes and tell me what you see.
Fisher closes his eyes, flashes of interior Rachel's apartment, day. Rachel sits at her desk working away. Her eyes have a manic, almost possessed look. Nirvana blaring on her iPod plugged into her head. The badger, voiceover.
Focus, listen, and see.
Fisher, voiceover.
Holy smokes!
Flashes of various jungle scenes are caught in Fisher's mind's eye. Tortoise, Leo, Wombat, Lulu are seen randomly. Rachel lost, colors and pencils in dialogue. Weathered hands holding the concrete jungle comic book, deposit it back into the safe. Fisher, voiceover.
I see my mom, she just put us back in the safe.
It closes with a thud. Rachel picks up her water bottle, keys, and grabs her work trolley. She's out the door. Fisher.
She's heading off to the pitch.
The badger, voiceover.
What else do you see, Fisher?
Exterior performer spot, day. The weekday is slow. Zippy stands at the performer pitch, too few people to do a show. He checks the sky, then all around. Fisher, voiceover.
The pitch, I see where my mom works.
Exterior San Francisco Cafe, street, day. Sitting outside under a blue canvas umbrella, sipping lattes are Bryce and a lovely, neatly groomed woman, Claudette, his girlfriend. Fisher, voiceover.
My teacher, I see Bryce, and he's with his girlfriend.
They gaze amorously at one another, finish off their coffees, and leave the tip. Flash cut. Bryce and Claudette stroll towards the wharf and the performer's pitch. Fisher, voiceover.
They're down by where my mom works.
The Badger, voiceover.
Good, Fisher. Very good. Focus.
Flash cut. Another set of feet, walk with a brisk pace. Knee pads around the ankles give Rachel away. Her cart is right behind her. Fisher, voiceover.
My mom doesn't look happy.
Rachel arrives at her spot and her unfinished jungle drawing. She's checking the sky, scopes out the level of faded chalk lines. Exterior jungle, continuous. Fisher opens his eyes as he lifts the chalk from the ground, an astonished look on his face. Fisher.
No wonder my mom doesn't want me playing with chalk.
Fisher appears as if he's unlocked the secrets of the pyramids. The Badger holds two pieces in his hands, spins them like guns, and holsters them back into his pockets.
I hope Polar and Reese are okay. When I woke up back home, we were about to read your wall in Polar's cave, but I got a bad feeling.
Out of nowhere, the sound of a swoosh and two caws come from above. Lucky snatches the special chalk out of Fisher's hand before he could even blink. The Badger responds quickly, but is not fast enough to catch the swift raven, and he lands up above them, high above on a branch, chalk firmly in his claw.
Hey, give that back. That's not yours to take.
The Badger.
Don't make me come up there, old bird.
You're not like Mom draws you, that's for sure.
The Badger takes a piece of thick white chalk from his holster and stabs it into the ground by the roots of the tree Lucky is perched on. An electric pink current flies up the tree trunk and zaps. Lucky's claws gripping the branch and the chalk. In slow-mo, the chalk falls, landing on the jungle floor halfway between Fisher and the Badger. All race to retrieve it. It appears that Fisher and the Badger will arrive before Lucky, but with airspeed in his favor. Lucky dives down and scoops up the chalk a second before the Badger and Fisher collide. Lucky. Laughing. Now Lucky is gone and the chalk with him. Interior by Polar Bear's cave, moments later. Leo. Shouting.
Polar, you okay?
Leo and Wombat arrive in Polar's cave too late. A heartbroken Polar is sitting there, no sign of Reese to be found. Wombat.
Reese, did they get...
Polar nods yes, inconsolable, sobs.
Why is this happening?
Come on, pull it together, mate. Tell us what happened.
By Polar Bear.
It all happened so fast. My ears were aching, and there were thousands of them. They knew what they were doing.
First Tortoise, now Reese.
Begins to cry.
And don't forget my Lulu.
What happened to Lulu?
Leo can't even speak.
We lost her down into another portal.
Noticing cave drawings.
Blimey, it's changed.
Huh?
Wombat studies all the walls all around him.
It's all different now. It's saying something. Look, Leo, there's something here. Is a message.
All their heads perk up. Depictions of bats.
Even the bats are drawn. Who did this?
Fisher Harwood.
But Fisher doesn't have chalk. Did the Badger give him a piece?
That bird has something to do with all this. I just know it.
He came here this time with his own piece. He changed all of this with his chalk. It was incredible. Better than any northern lights I've seen.
But what does it say?
Leo, Polar, and Wombat all study the glowing, intricate designs that Fisher has changed.
I'm working on it, crikey. Give me a bloody second.
Moments later.
By jingles, let me go over this darn puzzle one more time, you two.
Leo and Polar appeared dumbfounded on the rock sofa, watching Wombat move about the cave, deciphering the many interconnected glyphs.
It seems to be saying that the way out of this mess is into it.
Yeah, I caught the same thing. Exactly.
Man, that's cool.
Basically, it says that
A stranger from another land comes to the jungle, a little home with something that can help us all, but he doesn't know that he has this thing with him.
Gotta be the kid. Defo Mundo, the kid.
Ditto.
Maybe not, because here, in this section, another part says that there's another part of our land that is hidden and that someone here, like here, has the key to unlock the door that critters are already being taken to.
Bats. Bat.
The hole. Lulu said that something was happening to her, that there was all this light.
Beat intensely.
What else does it say about us? About us!
The badger.
It says, well, that time is running out, that we don't have long before she stops drawing us all together.
All heads turn to take in the badger with Fisher by his side.
Well, I'll be a monkey's.
Pause seriously.
I think I might be a monkey's uncle.
Fisher Harwood.
Fisher Harwood.
Exterior Rachel's street spot, day. Rachel stands there observing her slightly faded jungle piece. Bryce.
Nice one.
The voice sounds familiar as Rachel turns to face Bryce and Claudette. Rachel.
We've met. I know you.
Yes, I'm Bryce, Fisher's teacher from the Weekend Needs program.
I remember. Well, it's still locked away, so let me save you the trouble. No.
No?
No, I will not be bringing you my graphic novel that I know you've asked Fisher about recently.
Claudette and Bryce trade a look with each other. Claudette.
Fisher's been working with you on your novel?
Rachel's eyes shift around, top secret.
With the animals?
Yes.
Is this drawing here part of the novel?
This? I keep futzing around with the cover art. You know, toying with who lives and who goes. In my world, I get to play God.
Rachel, you know I'd like to help you.
You? You've hardly helped my son. I mean, I ask him not to play with chalk and you go ahead and give him a piece from some tree without my permission?
A beat.
He can't end up like me out here.
Claudette shoots Bryce a look that says, I want to leave.
What you do is wonderful, Rachel. You bring art and beauty to people who would normally never be exposed to...
You two are in love, I see that. The one thing I lost love. Count yourselves lucky.
If you change your mind, Rachel, and want your work to be printed and not just washed away, you know where I work.
He looks up and takes in the sky.
If it means anything to you, I'd be one of the first people to buy your novel. I'm totally serious.
Well, it doesn't, but thanks for telling me that.
Claudette and Bryce stroll off, a bit offended.
Take care.
Happy hunting.
Exterior Rachel's street spot, day later. Rachel is working away on the fine touches to her rendering. Rachel. To herself.
Fisher Harwood, OS2?
All the animals peer down into Rachel's world.
Where are you, my boy?
Rachel moves over to the 3D point and takes out her old iPod. She looks at the display with the name Fisher. Rachel then aims the built-in camera at her drawing snap. Rachel takes the picture, has a look at it. She flips it upside down. It appears correct in the display. Out of nowhere, a bright yellow tennis ball rolls right in front of her. The dusty chalk colors glob onto the ball. Rachel's eyes are pulled out of her picture on the iPod. She picks up the ball and turns her head. There's a boy, 8-ish, standing, waiting to receive his ball. Rachel and his eyes lock. She hands the boy his ball. The boy seems to look through her, then runs off. Interior Rachel's apartment, living room night. Hands methodically uncrumble $1 bills from a pile. Coins litter the soft bed falling between the bills. A classic jazz standard plays in the background. Rachel sits on a sleeper sofa, pulled out for the night. Rachel has a few piles of ones before her. She begins to swirl the coins. Quarters, dimes, and nickels all blend together, making a light chime sound. Rachel spies some drawings on her desk, fresh new ones. Rachel.
Ah, yes, you all need to be put where you belong, no escaping into the bin like last time.
3 or 4 more pages of the Concrete Jungle comic are facing up on the desk. Again, we catch glimpses of Wombat, Lucky, and the gang inside the cave. Tight on safe, Rachel's finger punches the code into the keypad. She opens the latch. She pulls out the comic book binder. We see one page from her comic facing up. We see Leo, Wombat, and Polar all running in a panic with an enormous lizard chasing them. Pages from the desk join the rest of the pulpy comic. The binder slides back into its place. The safe door shuts. Thud. Exterior jungle treetop, vines, later. A soft glow illuminates Lucky hovering over Fisher's piece of chalk. In one claw, he grips a small dead branch with brown vines wrapped around it in a spiral. Lucky passes his jungle wand branch over the chalk, which glows from bright green to dark purple and settles back on blood red. Lucky then snatches the glowing chalk and draws on the branch near his perch. Dark vines sprout from the 2 lines he's traced. They spring up and try to cinch themselves around Lucky, who evades them by mere inches. The nasty vines strangle the tree from where they sprung. Lucky then picks up the chalk and flies off. Lucky.
Fisher, Fisher, where's your mother? Ka ha ha.
Exterior concrete jungle moments later. The surrounding jungle is looking less than stellar, as if some battery drain is pulling the life force from all the creatures and greenery. Leo.
Oi, I've never seen it this bad.
Wombat.
What do you make of it, Badger? After all, you're the mate who touches up our little home.
The Badger leads the group, Fisher, Leo, and Wombat. To Wombat's question, Badger remains silent. Fisher.
You think Polar will be okay just staying there in his cave?
Who can say with all the goings on here? All I know is he never leaves his pad. Ever.
The Badger. They all stop, ears perk up, noses sniff.
He's here nearby.
Lucky.
Ha ha ha. You can't keep it a secret from them forever, Badge. That's not your style.
If I get my paws on you.
What, big ferocious Leo gonna what? Ka ha ha.
We hear a flutter of wings as all turn to see Lucky above them fly to another branch. Close, but not close enough.
If you don't tell them about the hole, then I will.
What hole, Badger? Is there another hole?
Like the one Fisher came in from?
See y'all soon, one way or another.
Lucky drops the glowing chalk down from above and flies away. The chalk lands right at the Badger's tail. They all run over and look down at the glowing piece of chalk.
Don't touch it!
Badger. Mate, we need to know what you know. If we're going to find a way into the out, as it said in the drawing...
Hushed.
There's another hole. I don't know where it leads, but I have to keep it drawn for her all the time. I don't have a choice. If I don't keep this escape hole drawn, then she won't give me chalk.
She who?
Loud whisper.
The old lady.
The old lady, I've heard about her, lives in a bloody tree, but no one's ever seen her. Ever.
Where is she? How come we've never met this old lady?
She lives in a part of the jungle that's completely dead, and in this particular part there's a tree, an ancient tree that grows my chalk.
While the Badger, Leo, and Wombat have all been chatting, Fisher has taken a large brown leaf from nearby and placed it down flat next to the chalk. With apprehension, Fisher has quietly picked up the chalk and traced the outline of something small. All their heads turn as they realize what Fisher has done.
Oh no!
What were you just thinking of, Fisher?
The chalk begins to vibrate. His hands, too, begin to vibrate. Fisher continues to draw, but it's as if the chalk is forcing him to draw.
I can't help it. It's like it's drawing what it wants to draw.
Just tell it to stop.
I can't. It's...
Magically appearing from the outline is a small orange salamander, 4 black dots covering the sides of its body.
Crikey, not bad kid. He's made a bloody wee little salamander.
Fisher picks up the cute little lizard.
Let's give him a name. How about Pete?
Fisher places Pete up onto his shoulders. Fisher watches out of the corner of his eye as Pete plays hide-and-seek around his ears and head. Fisher looks back down at the chalk in his hand. Something's just not right, though. He turns his head this way and then another. Pete is not on either shoulder. Fisher spins round and we spot Pete lengthwise on Fisher's back.
Is it me, or does Pete seem a little bigger to use all?
Fisher reaches around to his backside and gently pulls Pete off. Pete is now double his size and fills both of Fisher's hands.
Yep, he's definitely bigger.
Suddenly, Pete grows heavier, and Fisher places him down on the ground. Small, sharp teeth seem to have sprung up along his jaw. Fisher can't believe it. Pete looks around. He's surrounded on all sides by the animals. Pete enlarges himself again. Now he's 5x bigger.
Mates, I believe we've got ourselves a wee little problem.
Pete's eyes glow an evil red. Pete leaps at Wombat. Pete's claws pin Wombat down onto his backside. Pete's jaw opens. 1,000 razor-sharp teeth take aim.
Crikey, we have got a bugger of a problem.
Wombat manages to get his hindquarters underneath the lizard. With a mighty jolt, the lizard is kicked off. The lizard looks around, still enlarging, sets his eyes on Leo, who looks petrified.
You got this, Leo.
Leo pauses, then musters up his nerves and gives it right back to Pete, now the lion's size. The stare down lingers. Claws revealed, teeth exposed. They lunge at one another. Leo and the lizard whirl violently into a ball. Claws scratch, teeth bite. It's brutal. The others watch horrified, unable to help. Fisher grabs a nearby rock and flings it at Pete, but it's useless. Leo takes a bite into Pete's shoulder. He flings him off. He watches as Pete enlarges again, becoming huge, the size of a prehistoric beast. Pete glares at the others, then at Fisher. All the animals can now see they are in great danger. Pete's eyes narrow, cold, ruthless, evil slits.
Everyone this way! Move it!
Before Pete can pounce on anyone else, they're off. Pete recklessly pursues them, arms flinging about, loosening massive amounts of chalk dust into the ethers. The jungle in Pete's wake is taking a colossal beating. Exterior concrete jungle, continuous. All the animals run in a panic. Leo in the lead, adrenaline soaring. Fisher runs behind Leo. Wombat buddies up with the badger. They're all running for their lives, leaving a haze of chalk dust behind. Exterior concrete jungle, continuous. Pete's slimy and large lizard legs stomp along, crushing everything in his wake. He's fast and gaining on the others. Exterior jungle intersection, continuous. We hear the flapping of wings, the trail below. Lucky lands on a limb and settles in for the spectacular show. Lucky.
Well, laid plan's not going to waste this time. Caw!
All the animals run by in terror, about to collapse. Lucky flies down onto the ground and watches them disappear. A smile across his shifty black eyes. Exterior concrete jungle, continuous. All still running, losing steam, stumbling here and there. Fisher. To Leo.
Where are we going?
Leo. Out of breath.
To the hole. And when we get there, Wombat, you'll distract him while I push him down into the real world.
The badger.
Sounds like a plan.
They continue to race towards the hole. Exterior concrete jungle, path ahead. Moments later. We hear the roar of Pete just behind them. All the animals slow down as they near the hole. Leo. Spitting orders.
Everyone over to the far side of the hole. Badger, out of sight with Fisher. Wombat, you're with me. You lure him to the hole.
A beat?
I'll tackle him with the rope and take him down, for good.
Exterior concrete jungle, continuous. Merciless Pete makes his way towards the hole. He slowly enters the clearing where the hole to the real world stands. He moves cautiously, scanning, sniffing with his large nostrils and gooey saliva-dripping mouth. Suddenly he sees Wombat near a thick tree. Pete's eyes burn an enraged, sizzling red. Wombat clings to it for life, teeth, paws, the works. Wombat jumps down as his eyes dart to his right. Wombat.
Over here, mate.
With lightning speed, Pete, in all his glory, looms before them.
Now, Leo, bloody now.
From above, with a mighty roar, Leo pounces down onto the backside of Pete, who tumbles with Leo towards the hole, the rope tied around his body. Fisher, unable to restrain himself, jumps out from hiding. Fisher.
No, Leo!
Leo grabs onto Pete's hind legs and long tail as they fall into the hole. Pete clings to the opening, his body dangling down. Leo, with all his strength, trying to peel away his grip. Fisher runs towards the hole, Wombat right behind trying to stop him. Pete sees Fisher, and with one last effort, reaches up and grabs Fisher. Swoosh! All three of them descend down into the hole, the rope locking tight as we hear Fisher and Leo scream. Interior Fisher's bedroom, night. Fisher still screaming in his bed. Fisher!
Ah!
His eyes snap open, believing himself to be falling. He pops up in a cold sweat, disoriented, hands gripping his blankets. He slowly recalls what has just happened. His eyes sober up.
Leo, Wombat.
Fisher finds he is still clutching the chalk in his hand. He notices he's in his pajamas. It's strange. Nothing is making sense.
Mom, are you here? It happened again.
A beat.
You gotta listen, Mom.
Rachel.
I'm in here.
Interior living room, night continuous. Rachel is at her desk, the money counted in neat piles. Next to the money is a small leather bag and her beat-up iPod. Fisher. Urgent.
Mom, listen.
Rachel. Casual.
Did you have a bad dream?
No, Mom, it's not a dream. Everything you do when you're drawing CJ, it affects them for real.
Rachel looks at her son carefully.
What are you talking about?
I've used my piece of chalk and it's okay. I just have to think clearly when I use it. I mean, Lucky did something to it, so I'm not too sure.
Interrupting.
You've been using chalk? Drawing with chalk?
Mom! You're not hearing me! Inside the jungle, I've gone inside your drawings, and they need you to help them stay alive. I need to see what you've done in the story.
Fisher goes over to the safe. He squats down, eyeballs the keypad, and tries to punch in the combination.
It's not what you think, Fisher. You don't understand. It's out of my hands. I can't.
You can. I know you can, Mom. Just tell me. They're waiting. We have to open it. We have to open it now.
We'll talk about these dreams when I get back from getting my refill, okay? I promise.
Fisher lowers his head, crushed.
This just isn't fair. You can't keep them hidden away forever. I was in there, Mom. They need me. They need me to help them. Something's happening. And it's bad. Real bad.
Rachel moves over to the door.
I promise we'll talk about it as soon as I'm back.
She taps her chest 2x with her fist. Fisher ignores her. She grabs her jacket and departs. Thud. Fisher turns and faces the safe, its colorful exterior like some existential collage. Fisher's finger approaches the keypad one more time. He punches in numbers and hits enter. A red light appears.
It has to be my birthday. That's what she's always said it was.
Fisher paces around the apartment. We follow him into his bedroom. Interior Fisher's bedroom, continuous. Fisher can't figure it out. He looks around. Eyes zoom in on the family pictures framed on the dresser. We see the street performer's photo. The other, Fisher with his mom. Again, the frame baked with the words, Mom, Mom, Mom around the sides becomes sharper this time. The third framed print is of Fisher with his other mom. The family standing at the street spot, a 3D drawing behind them. Big smiles on their faces, handwritten in black Sharpie are the words, the day before. The photo has a date stamp on it. It reads, August 12th, 20. Fisher. To himself.
The day before what?
Interior CVS Pharmacy, night later. Rachel stands in line, waiting for the next window to fill her prescription. She glances at the time on her cell phone. Finally, her name is called. She moves over to the counter and hands the pharmacist her prescription paper. CVS technician.
Refill.
Rachel looks at him. His name tag reads, Mr. Kim.
It'll be a few minutes. We'll call your name.
Mr. Kim retreats, leaving Rachel to wait around. Her mind wanders off. Interior living room, night continuous. Fisher searches around Rachel's desk. Pens, sketches, stuff. The place is a mess. Garbage pail is chock full. Fisher notices a small pushpin board on the side of his mom's dresser. A few business cards, pizza delivery, and a few hand-scribbled phone numbers. Then Fisher spots Rachel's iPod on the fold-out couch. He picks it up and clicks the Photos tab open. The picture of the animals looking down from the hole stares back at him. Fisher places some paper before him and begins urgently writing something. He's on to something. A series of dissolves. Fisher writing while Rachel waits. Rachel meandering through the aisles of CVS collecting her prescription, popping the pills right there in the CVS. Fisher finishing his pages. Interior the pitch, day. Rachel has her safe by her side on her gear trolley instead of her usual wood toolbox. Zippy glances down at the magnet-covered safe and then back up to Rachel. A huge silence hangs in the air. Zippy.
And you want me to do what?
Rachel is torn to pieces but resolute about her decision. Rachel.
Burn it.
You don't want to leave this decision for a few days and...
Strongly.
No, I need your help here.
Zippy's face spells it out for Rachel. No way. Desperate.
I need you to take it from me. Take them away from me for good so I can finally rest. Please, do it.
This book is the last 5 years of your life.
Snaps, screaming.
Just take the damn thing. Just take it!
I can't, Rachel. I'm sorry.
Exterior street, day. Rachel meanders in depression down the street. Her stride has no life in it. She heads towards her CJ drawing spot. Exterior Rachel's street spot, morning. Tight on Rachel's drawing of her concrete jungle. The street scene is empty. No Rachel, no tourists, just a picture of several animals looking upside down into another world. We slowly rotate around to right side up and see all their expressions frozen in time peering straight at us. An incomplete moment. Interior classroom morning. Bryce is sitting at his desk. No kids, room's empty. We see he's holding a graphic novel in his hand from Dark World Publishing. He's on a call with his buddy Aaron, its founder. Bryce. On cell.
Yeah, the storyline flows, the exposition is seamless, and the illustrations, wicked, man.
The door to the classroom flies open. Fisher stands there completely out of breath.
Hey, I gotta hop. Remember that thing with the kid and his moms? Just walked in, gotta go.
He clicks off.
Fisher. Class isn't till tomorrow.
Fisher walks over, determination blazing from his eyes. He slams the 5-page homework assignment down on Bryce's desk. Bryce picks it up.
Oh, right. The assignment.
He looks over the pages while looking at the writing. Fisher.
It's all there. What's going on in their world, how the chalk, when I'm focused, can change things.
This looks really good, Fisher. Your imagination is as brilliant as your mum's.
I'm not imagining any of this. I'll prove it to you.
Fisher walks over to the chalkboard. There's the notes from Bryce's last lesson on the board words, page numbers, a quote. Bryce shakes his head like kids, they believe anything, as Fisher takes out the last of his Anuvian chalk and traces over a few of the words.
Listen, Fisher, you don't need to prove anything to me. I see you've done the assignment and I'm sorry about what...
Out of the corner of Bryce's vision, he catches something happening on the board. The numbers and words are rearranging, mixing, and changing. They become twisted, odd, misshapen, and take on a dark quality. Words and numbers that make no sense. Lines that crawl and crack to the edges of the board as if trying to take over.
The hell?
Fisher looks over at Bryce with a now do you believe me expression on his face. Interior Bryce's classroom, later day. Bryce has this floored, dumbfounded look on his face. The Anuvian leaf wrapped around the chunk of chalk he has been gifted sits before them on his desk. Bryce. Serious.
Okay, so let me get this straight. The badger is the keeper of the chalk. He's told you there's a back door just like the natives told me. And there's a raven.
Fisher.
Yeah, that's lucky.
Who took your chalk and did something to it, and you need to get back there. Before your mom stops drawing altogether.
And before the bats take anyone else off to the dead part of the jungle where the old lady lives.
The old lady?
Yeah, I don't know how long we have before she gives up. She can't give up. They'll all die forever.
Your mom? Why didn't you just tell her about it? Tell her that...
Interrupting.
I tried. She doesn't listen to me. She won't even give me the combination to the safe.
You tried to open it?
All the time.
A beat.
So are you going to give me another piece or not?
Bryce again sizes Fisher up. Exterior performer spot. Continuous. Zippy is there on the bench like he always is, reading a philosophical book and sipping on a coffee. He has his gear with him, but there are just not enough tourists. Exterior San Francisco, Pier 39, day. The SF Bay water, dark, ominous. Rachel stands there with the safe. She hoists it up onto the railing at the end of the pier, wind howling across the bay. Rachel rests, balancing the safe on the railing, the choppy water below, the weight of the safe slightly more over the edge, just one hand teetering back and forth. She takes out her cell. We see names, Dave, Zippy, Fisher, and then Sonia. Rachel hits call while balancing the safe. Exterior SF Street, performer's pitch area, continuous. Fisher.
Hey Dave, long time no see.
Zippy looks up in the direction of Fisher, picks up his latte, has a sip, scans the scene, and returns to his read.
If I told you all the crazy stuff I've been dealing with, you wouldn't believe me.
Zippy nods while reading. Zippy is completely engrossed in his book. Fisher can see he's not interested.
Okay, so, catch you later when you're not so into your book.
Zippy nods to himself at something he's reading. Fisher thinks he's been heard and leaves. Exterior Rachel's street spot. Day continuous. Fisher looks down at the drawing. Leo, Wombat, Lucky, and the others looking in from above. Fisher holds the new chalk in his hand. He squats down about to trace his way back into their world when out of the corner of his eye he sees his mom down the block. She's standing speaking intensely with Sonia. The safe is between them. They appear to be arguing, their mouths battling back and forth and pointing at the safe, then at one another. Fisher is torn, both of his mothers fighting or back into the drawing. He stands there watching them argue. Exterior street corner. Sonia, 42, attractive with a hippie-ish edge, stands before Rachel with her arms crossed. It's been a while since they've spoken. Rachel clutches the safe in her hands, holding it out to Sonia. Sonia.
I said no, it's not my...
Sonia pushing it back to Rachel. Rachel.
Please, just take it. Do whatever with it. I can't do this anymore.
Rachel pushing it towards Sonia again.
Rachel, at some point you have to...
Have to what? What do I have to do?
I want you to be okay.
Be okay? Just like that? Be okay?
Let go.
What do you think I'm trying to do?
Shoves the safe back to Sonia.
Here.
I can't.
You think it's my fault, don't you?
A beat.
Being late isn't a crime.
Have you called that therapist yet?
I have someone.
The one the judge recommended?
Is that the best you can do, call the shrink?
If it's the cost, I'm happy to contribute.
I don't need your charity.
Just trying to help. I care about you.
Then take it.
She shoves it towards Sonia.
Rachel, I can't. It's not my place to...
To take legal rights and responsibilities.
That's what the courts decided.
I'm not a fing bum. He has his own room. I've taken good care of him.
Rachel, stop. You're taking this too far.
Fine.
Rachel's grief-stricken eyes say it all. She storms off with her safe and trolley. Sonia watches her go, sad. Exterior concrete jungle, hole, sidelines, day. Wombat and the badger remain sulking at the hole, and all is lost mood. Wombat.
This is bloody awful, just bloody awful. What do we do now? Where's this part of the jungle I've never been to, where the old lady hangs?
The badger, poker face drawn, looks Wombat over, as if deciding whether to fold or call. The badger.
Come, follow me.
Interior bipolar bear's cave, continuous. Polar looks out into the daylight. He's within a stone's throw of being outside, in the jungle. Bipolar bear. To himself.
You can do it. You can do it.
He makes the effort to force himself out into the open jungle, into the dying, fading landscape. Trees have become mere hollow sticks fallen over. Foliage wilted and sick.
You got this, buddy, Leo, Wombat. All of them need you. Do it. Go, go.
He throws himself at the cave opening with fierce determination, but his massive arms block him from exiting as if cemented to the cave walls.
You coward, you! I said go!
But his mind will not let him move beyond his fear of the outside and the unknown. Polar slinks back into his cave, his prison, defeated by himself. Exterior jungle, hole continuous. Fisher stands before the hole. He has returned to where it all began. He looks around, confident, aware, motivated, fresh piece of chalk in hand. Lucky.
Caw. Ah, you made it back. No badger to help you now.
Lucky is perched just above the hole. Fisher can see that the entire jungle is coming apart. The chalk coloring is flat, dry, and extra dusty. Cobwebbish.
They will come for you too, don't you worry.
Fisher tightens his grip around his new piece, closes his eyes, and stabs the tip into the ground. A pink lightning flash swirls up the tree instantaneously. The charge hits Lucky hard. He squawks up into the air, his feathers singed.
Ah, she'll send them soon. You'll see she will.
Lucky flies away, a slight plume of smoke trailing off his frame. Interior bipolar bear's cave continuous. Polar is slouched down on his sofa, his head in his hands, but suddenly he looks up. Something on the wall, the puzzle that the badger drew, the maze of crop-like circles. Bipolar bear.
Wait a second.
Polar faces the drawings. He follows them across the cave, taking in various points and clues.
Gotcha.
He stands back as if realizing the full implication of all the different designs that are right there in front of him.
So, that's how you get there.
Polar's jaw is agape, eyes wide open as if understanding for the first time.
You can do this! You can do it!
Exterior jungle, moments later. The badger and wombat navigate a trail deep into their land. They trek into a part of the jungle that becomes void of heavy, fat, luscious plants. Wombat.
This is all very unfamiliar territory.
Looking more like a starving forest.
Crikey. Isn't exactly tropical now, is it? How come we've never been here before?
Badger stops. Wombat as well, both eyes growing wide. It's a completely dead place. A musty, lifeless landscape of burnt, colorless, twisted, decaying stumps and gnarly, withered trees, an eerie stillness. Wombat is speechless. The badger.
From what she's told me, you either choose the escape door yourself, or the bats do it for you.
A beat.
It's the part of Rachel that can't let the light back in, so the bats just push you onto the next drawing you're to be a part of, whether you like it or not.
Is it painful, going on to the next drawing? After all, you're the one here with the damn chalk.
I don't know, but if the kid doesn't get us out and into the real world, it's over for good. This I do know.
And with that, the badger enters into the dead forest, Wombat guardedly one step behind him. Interior Rachel's apartment, evening. The front door swings open. Rachel.
Fisher, I'm home. Where are you, honey? Want to hear about your day?
The door slams shut. She pulls the safe off her cart and slides it back under the desk. Thud. She pops another pill. The door to Fisher's room swings open. Interior Fisher's bedroom continuous. The room is as we have seen it before, a polar bear teddy on the bed, a soft light on. Rachel enters and looks around. Rachel.
Everything's under control, honey. Fisher, where are you?
Upbeat.
It's spaghetti night.
Rachel continues to look around. She sees the photo with the words "the day before" written in black, the date stamped in the corner.
I saw your mother today. She asked how you were doing in your special class. Of course I told her you're killing it.
Rachel's cell phone rings in the other room.
Ah, thank goodness.
Interior living room, continuous. Rachel picks it up off the pull-out couch. Rachel. On cell.
There you are. I've been...
Zippy, voiceover.
Rachel, it's Zippy.
A long pause hangs in the air. Zippy, voiceover.
I just wanted to see that you made it through your day okay.
Oh, Zippy, never been better, thanks.
A beat.
She refused to take it from me.
Zippy, voiceover.
You saw your ex?
I can't talk right now. I have to get going. He's going to be home soon, and I promised I'd make him spaghetti and meatballs.
Zippy, voiceover.
I understand. You know how to reach me, okay?
Yep, thanks.
Rachel clicks off and sits down. A deep stillness envelopes her. Her eyes are sullen and far away. She jumps up, bolts to the interior kitchen. She opens the pantry, searching for the box of spaghetti, pulls out dry goods on the first shelf. Then the second shelf, growing frantic, searching, becoming more and more upset. Rachel.
I had spaghetti. Where's the spaghetti?
Panicking.
I know I have some. I always have 2 boxes for you. It was here. It was right here.
All of the items in the pantry have been swept onto the floor. She escalates into an uncontrollable fit, making her way into the interior living room. She kicks over the coffee table and her work desk. Pencils and papers fly into the air. Rachel screams into the empty home as she kicks over her gear trolley and eventually picks up the safe and hurls it against the wall. It lands on the floor. Thud. Interior Rachel's apartment, night. Tight on Rachel's safe, we pull back slowly, gliding across the floor, backwards away from the safe. We inch our way across the stained, worn carpet, under the sofa bed, towards the wall. We move away from the safe. Then, we zoom back across the floor and into the dark interior of the safe, blackness. Exterior concrete jungle, night. A narrow carved path finds Fisher trekking forth. Night in the jungle has grown to an ominous tone. Shadows deeper, sounds are louder, echoes bursting through, wind swaying shadows of tree branches, leaves gracefully agitated, odd sounds of the nocturnal realm. The jungle changes as Fisher moves further into the vast drawing of his mom's creation. The area now appears completely dead. Fisher stops. He holds the chalk, glowing more blue-green than red, flat on his palm, face up. For a moment nothing happens. Then the chalk begins to spin. Like a compass, the chalk turns in both directions and settles on one path, the slight pointy end indicating this way. Fisher is about to take his next steps when... Be Polar Bear.
Tu es certain que c'est la bonne direction?
Fisher looks over and is stunned to see Polar outside of his cave, lounging against the outside cave wall, nibbling on a stick that looks like a cigar. Suave and chill. Fisher.
Polar, man, am I glad to see you.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Since when do you know French?
Elated.
Je ne sais pas. Don't know. It just hit me. Crazy, right?
How'd you get the guts to leave your cave?
L'esprit sur la matière. Mind over matter, bro. It's magnificent. C'est magnifique.
No, everything's dying.
Ah, non, monsieur. Bien au contraire, tout est vivant.
Speak English, will ya?
Okay, fine.
Where's Reese?
Polar's face curls into his large paws.
Ils l'ont emmené. Ils l'ont emmené.
Please, Polar, English.
Les chauves-souris. The bats took 'em.
Polar has a sudden explosion of grief.
This has to stop.
The wind picks up and howls around them.
Pull yourself together, Polar. We gotta keep going. Any sign of wombat or badger? English, please.
They say nothing, a moment of silence in the dark, dead jungle.
What made you leave your cave?
Chalk.
That thing leading the way.
Fisher nods.
Climb on board. We'll make double time.
You think she'll help us?
Fisher's hoisted onto Polar's head and neck and they move off.
On va bientôt le savoir.
English, dude.
Oh, sorry. We'll soon find out.
Exterior performer spot, night. Jim and Guinness are both standing around at the spot, gear before them. Their energy is up. They've arrived for the nighttime shows. Tourists are out and about. It's ripe. There's a vague mist of sprinkles in the air, typical for San Francisco. Guinness.
Nah, man. I've got the power. I can feel my being is sending this Spitfest away. Spitapalooza is going down.
Jim.
Spitapalooza? Nice, kind of like Drought Dance or Saliva-licious.
It's going away my way. I don't give two shits what the weatherman is saying. The rain ain't taking my money tonight.
Flip you for the first one.
Heads.
Jim flips a quarter into the air, catches it, and slaps it onto the backside of his hand.
Heads your call.
You do the first, I'll risk second.
You're gonna wish you didn't make that choice.
Jim takes his unicycle and gear and begins the street show process. Jim stands up on his box in the middle of the main spot, people walking by around him, waiting for something. Loud.
It's showtime. Everyone, hello, all you people, look at me. Everyone look at me. If you're bored, don't know why you're here, well, it's Showtime Comedy Juggling Show right here, beginning right now.
Jim opens up his box and begins to set up his props. Part art, half science, entertaining while doing nothing. Jim begins by lighting up a fire torch. People stop walking as he tosses it onto the pavement. It's flame bright. The waft of burning fuel fills the air. Exterior dead jungle, night continuous. Wombat.
You smell that?
The badger and wombat are surrounded by very large dead trees. The badger.
I certainly do. P.U.
Where are we?
Close. We're very close.
What's that foul smell?
Bats.
Suddenly, Wombat notices that the trees are not all dead. Peppered upon their lifeless branches hang several bats. They appear larger than when in the air, now that we can see them up close.
Not good, Badger, not good at all.
Don't look up, just keep moving. Don't want to set them off.
No, mate, we certainly don't.
As they press onward, more and more bats appear hanging upside down in the dead trees. They fidget or open and close their wings as Wombat and the Badger pass under their nostrils. The Badger drops a glowing piece of his chalk onto the ground. Lucky!
Caw, caw!
They both stop in their tracks. The Badger takes out his last piece of glowing chalk.
You better hurry, she's waiting.
The bats stir, wings flap, heads turn with their jelly bean black eyes. Lucky hopping from branch to branch just above Wombat and Badger. Lucky lands on a tree that has a dozen bats hanging from it.
You weasel.
The Badger stabs his chalk into the base of the tree, but Lucky is too fast and flies into the air as the bolt of pink charge races up into the tree and zaps all the bats clinging to the tree. They all take to the air, a sonar siren sounding off.
Oh no.
More bats from surrounding trees take off. A hailstorm of bats fills the air. Even Lucky is caught up in the swarm. The Badger and Wombat take off running as the bats descend down on them. Thousands of them swallow them up in a haze of fluttering wings and sonar cries. As the bats retreat and disappear into the moonlit sky, Wombat, Lucky, and the Badger are gone. Exterior dead jungle, night continuous. Polar and Fisher arrive at the same spot where Wombat and Badger were earlier. By Polar Bear.
Hey, check this out.
Fisher and Polar look down at a different colored glowing piece of chalk. Fisher.
It's the Badger. He's letting us know we're heading the right way.
Or leading us to the wrong place.
Fisher holds his chalk, palm up again. It instantly points in the direction they're already heading, using Polar's own words.
We'll soon find out.
Exterior performer spot, night. Jim has a smaller crowd than normal. He's struggling to keep them focused on his show. An outdoor portable lamp that you plug in lights his area. Jim has 3 fire torches twirling around in front of him. Jim. To the crowd.
Behind the back!
A fire torch flies behind his back.
Under the leg, risking future generations.
The torch flies behind his back again. The crowd laughs, then he juggles them under his legs, both directions.
Great balls of fire, I know, but you're all saying to yourselves, what about the hard stuff?
A beat.
The single pirouette.
He does one while flinging the torch and catches it. Exterior performer bench, continuous. Guinness is readying his props for his show. The wireless mic, the ping pong balls, his works. Voice.
You've got about 1 hour.
Guinness looks over to take in a ragged Rachel toting her gear trolley. Guinness.
So you say, you're out here late.
Rachel doesn't say anything.
Zippy was down here earlier, says you saw your ex.
Rachel.
I don't want to talk about it.
A beat.
You got any of those, pick-me-ups?
As a matter of fact, you're in luck. The Guinness personal pharmacy is still open.
Guinness reaches into his little bag of tricks, and out comes a plastic pill container and a water bottle.
Mild or strong?
Fort.
You want to translate that?
Strong.
Jim.
Now I'm going to put this extremely hot torch out using only my mouth.
Rachel, silent, glances up at the night sky, looks eminent, then pops the pill and downs it with a swig of water. Exterior performer spot. Continuous. Jim lowers the fire torch slowly down towards his open mouth. Rachel.
It'll all be over when the rain comes.
Jim looks like he's about to swallow the torch when at the last second he blows it out. The crowd laughs once more. Exterior performer bench, continuous. Rachel hands the water bottle back to Guinness. Guinness.
The rain ain't coming. I'm gonna will it away until the end of my set.
Rachel.
Whatever you say, Guinness.
Exterior concrete jungle clearing, night. Polar and Fisher are deep into the dead forest, the chalk still pointing in the same direction as he checks it while perched on Polar's back. By Polar Bear?
So, what do you think she was doing with the safe?
Fisher.
Not sure. I think she was trying to give it to my other mom, Sonia. I don't know.
Pause.
I never thought it would all be like this. My mom and my bio mom over. Major bummer.
What happened?
There was a lawyer and a mediator and a bunch of arguing about who would have custody of me. Sonia, my bio mom, and all this weird stuff about how mom wasn't fit to take care of me because she's a messed up struggling artist and all that junk. I mean, she tries real hard.
A beat.
And then something even more major happened.
A beat.
And now they don't even talk. It's like they're total strangers.
A beat.
Really sucks.
Fisher stares off into the depths of the dead forest darkness. A crescent moon spilling slivers of light from behind thick old trees. A dark, unsettling beauty. Exterior performer spot, night. Jim sits at the performer bench, again counting his show from his hat and placing the money into his bank bag. Guinness is out on the pitch, beginning to draw his crowd. Guinness.
In a minute, I'm going to regurgitate a bowling ball, swallow a chainsaw, and blow fire out of my ass. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get you people to stop.
Jim stops counting, looks around, and then up towards the sky. We ascend upward into the sky. We fly up and over to Rachel, returning to her jungle drawing. All the animal faces looking down on us from the chalk hole. Rachel is putting the final touches on her magical pavement art. In the nighttime streetlight, the colors appear deeper, more mysterious. And now there's a new element within the drawing. Fisher is there at the base of the rope, one hand reaching up to grab it, his back to us. Exterior performer spot, night. More people are gathered around Guinness. A good-sized crowd, he's going to make some decent money. To a bystander. Guinness.
Now, Phil, I just need you to reach down and grab the belt.
Guinness is tied up in a straight jacket, a last belt dangling between his legs. Phil, standing behind him, has to reach down between his legs, the crowd laughing. And just like that, IT begins. One raindrop bursts upon the ground. The drop of water is like a grenade shattering the show reality. Phil, holding onto the belt, looks up towards the sky. We ascend above them, continuing to look down on the crowd, all the faces looking up, the rain beginning to fall. Exterior Rachel's street spot, night. One at a time, more tiny raindrops fall. We follow another drop down, and now onto the jungle drawing. They land right next to Rachel. Plop, plop, plop. Rachel looks over at the watermark on her drawing. Slowly, Rachel turns to face the sky. Exterior performer spot, continuous. The rain is very slow but steady, just a drizzle. Any stronger and it would be the death call for the street performers. Guinness scrambles in his straight jacket to finish the show and collect. Guinness.
It's only water. Come on, people. I didn't leave when you got here.
Umbrellas begin to pop open here and there one at a time, while others leave before the show is over. Even Jim has his umbrella up. Exterior dead jungle, night moments later. The Anuvian chalk pulses in Fisher's palm. It's like an alarm going off. His palm trembles with the intensity. Fisher.
We must be really close because this thing's going crazy.
Polar stops, his eyes wide. Before them, up ahead is a large hill, barren, bare, all except for one tree. A larger, older tree than any we've seen until now. Bipolar bear.
This is it. She must be up there.
Pause.
You feel that.
What?
Tiny drops of rain begin to fall from the sky, creating little hissing sounds like acid as they hit the ground and everything else. The drops blur and melt whatever they touch. Even Polar, who is hiking up the hillside towards a large old tree.
Ah, what's a little rain? She always fixes us up when it rains.
The sprinkling drops create run lines down Polar's body. The trail now steep, almost vertical. The tree above them, huge, daunting, yet magnificent.
Hey, what's that on the tree?
Hanging off the tree are thousands of bats, no sign of wombat or the badger.
Looks like bats. Bats, and more bats.
Why'd we stop?
The hill is wet, draining mud flowing down.
My paws, they're melting. Oh, mon Dieu. They're melting.
Polar looks down with Fisher at his feet. They look like hooves of a horse. His claws and toes are gone, just stubs remain.
That looks bad, Polar, really bad.
Do you have to be so blunt?
Lucky.
Ha 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 ha!
Both look up towards the tree. In the distance is Lucky. Bummed.
You go on. I'm good. It's all good. You don't need me anymore.
Fisher hops down. He looks at Polar's stumps as the drizzle keeps on coming.
Not long now, ha ha!
Hold on a second.
Fisher takes his special chalk and kneels down at Polar's feet. He takes the chalk, and like some magic healing lube, he redraws Polar's paws. As Fisher does this, they reappear, whole and renewed.
I'm not leaving you behind. No way.
Fisher! I love you, Fisher!
Exterior dead hilltop tree, night continuous. Lucky is perched on the big tree as Polar and Fisher arrive near its thick base, the bats following their every move. Wombat.
Fisher, Polar, you're bloody here, you bloody blokes. Bloody buggers.
Wombat has a mad, insane look in his eyes, almost possessed, rain melting him slightly like a wax statue under a heat lamp. Fisher.
Wombat!
The polar bear?
Oh, no.
To himself.
He don't look too good. Dressed, very bad.
I've spoken to her. She's told me things like in the dream time.
Fisher applies his chalk to Wombat's melting body. Its color and energy via Fisher restore Wombat.
So have you seen them yet?
Them?
Lucky.
Caw, caw.
The bats all take to the skies above the enormous tree, exposing hundreds of dangling pieces of glowing chalk like fruit on every branch. Crazy whispering.
The chalk.
A beat.
It grows chalk, and the badger, well, he helps her.
What? Where's the badger?
You have to meet her. She's been waiting for you.
You don't say.
Wombat turns and leads them to the base of the tree, its gnarled, beaten trunk like a war-torn ruin.
I'm going to go where everyone has to go, mate. If it's your time, it's your time.
The bats congregate together, swooping in towards them. As if in a wind tunnel, they pass by Polar, shielding Fisher, rain spitting down, and pluck Wombat, carrying him up into the air. Within a moment, they circle the old tree, and then, with Wombat in tow, they all dive directly towards the base. Distant.
I'll see you all soon.
The bats, in a tight formation, burrow into the side of the old tree just on the other side of Fisher and Polar. Hundreds disappear in an instant. The silence afterward is deafening. Fisher and Polar move slowly around the base of the tree to discover a black as tar hole drawn on a shimmering flat liquid surface. Old lady. Loud raspy whisper.
Does it not feel good? The rain, the real invading the unreal. Fisher, I've been waiting for you. We've all been waiting for you.
Fisher looks more closely at the hole leading to yet another world. Then, slowly emerging from a knotted dark hole in the tree, a large snail, the old lady, appears. A blue-black spiral glistens on her shell, slowly spinning like a distant galaxy. Fisher inches closer to the old lady. He can now clearly see her spiral vibrating, sparkling, spinning in the dark, like infinity itself. Fisher seems hypnotized by its rotating beauty. Exterior street performer spot. Continuous. Zippy, Jim, and Guinness are packing it all in. The drizzle has defeated the crowds. Now they are all at their lifeboat bench counting up the day. Guinness.
Half a hat's better than no hat. Man, I had to get those hat lines out fast.
Jim.
Yeah, like rats off a sinking ship.
Speaking of, you think she's all right? I gave her a Scooby snack a while ago.
Zippy. Pissed.
Man, you're a real piece of work, aren't you? You didn't do it for her, you did it for yourself.
Zippy picks up his rain jacket and begins to leave.
What? Come on, man. What you expect? Grows a kid in her belly for 9 months, pops him out, and in the end gets visitation rights? You'd be wonked up too and begging for a Scooby.
Hey, if she had the means, she could maybe get her shit together instead of her ex being the sole provider.
Jim looks at him in disgust and walks off after Zippy. Exterior Rachel's street spot, night. Rachel continues sketching away in the drizzle. Her concrete jungle drawing is perfect as the last sympathy dollar falls into her hat. The amount of rain has created runoff lines on the pavement. Rachel's creation is beginning to disappear. The drizzle getting stronger, becoming rain. The drops, fuller, faster. Exterior dead hilltop tree. Night continuous. The old lady creeps out onto a knob protruding from her tree, the rain continuing to come down into the dead forest. Fisher.
Why have you been waiting for me?
Lucky.
Ow, ow, help, help me!
Lucky's wings flop above their heads. He can no longer fly. He barely makes it to the ground, rain eating away at his wings, now shorter, becoming clipped. Bipolar bear?
Fisher?
Fisher looks over at Polar, who's melting away too as the rain becomes stronger. The wind has now joined in.
I'm scared.
The badger?
Come with me, Polar. Lucky, you too. We must leave now.
The badger appears from around the backside of the old tree. He too is melting, his paws almost gone, his chalk gone. Old lady.
You can help them, Fisher.
Fisher looks at the badger, crawling towards Polar, who is unable to move now. He appears to have morphed into a traditional bear rug. The last of Fisher's chalk pulses in his hands.
Fishora!
Fisher looks at Polar, the badger, even poor Lucky, all fading. He walks over to Lucky, picks him up, no legs or wings left.
It's okay. The hole is okay.
Fisher gently places Lucky into the dark liquid surface of the back door. Lucky is sucked into its blackness with a final caw. Fisher moves to the badger and takes out his chalk and touches it to his fur. A pink light flows into the badger's body. His legs sprout back.
I knew you'd make it, champ.
The badger climbs into the hole, his front half remaining outside. He waits.
It's okay, Fisher. Don't use the last of it up.
Polar is just a talking rug now. His dwindled body is mostly just a head. Fisher holds the last of his chalk in his palm, a pebble's worth.
Hurry, Fisher. I can feel it pulling at me.
Fisher applies it to Polar's forehead between his eyes. Polar's entire body is restored.
I'll never forget you, Fisher.
Badger extends its front paws to Polar, helping him into the hole, and they are gone. The tree has now shrunk to half the size it was when they arrived. Limbs and branches gone. Fisher turns and faces the old lady, drawn into her spiraling shell, somehow not melting away, a secret protection against the rain.
Can you hear her? Your mother, she's calling for you. Listen closely to the rain.
Exterior Rachel's street spot, night. The drawing is all but washed away. The rains pound down on Rachel and her gear. Rachel colors in the wet pavement with the few pieces of chalk that are still left. Glances at her watch, obsessed to finish. She sobs, her tears blending with the rain. She's drenched, hair in stringy wet coils. Rachel. Screaming.
FSGR! Fisher Harwood, where are you?
Softly, gently, a pair of hands come to rest on Rachel's shoulders. Zippy.
Rachel, come on, Rach. Time to call it a day. Time to pack it in. They're all gone.
Rachel looks up, heartbreak pouring out of her being. Defeated.
But I have to finish. Then I can stop it. Forever.
A benevolent Zippy and Jim, holding up an umbrella, invite Rachel away from her misery. Rachel musters the energy and pulls herself up, away from her rain-destroyed drawing as a last tear flops onto the water-soaked drawing. Exterior dead hilltop tree, night continuous. The sound of a lone raindrop hits Fisher's shoulder. He's close to the old lady now, her tree whittled down by the rain to its trunk, extending just a few feet above the escape hole. Old lady.
Are you ready?
Fisher.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Fisher attempts to step forward, but something is stopping him. Fisher looks down at his feet. They too are melting.
Oh no, it's happening. To me too.
Yes, it's happening to all of us.
It can't. I don't want it to.
The entire landscape of the jungle is disappearing around them. A sea of nothingness spans out in every direction. Fisher reaches out and picks up the old lady, his fingertips now missing. He holds her close and looks at the hole in front of him, the rain draining everything away. Fisher closes his eyes and places the old lady into the liquid black surface of the doorway, and in an instant they are both sucked into its depths, gone, then a blinding flash of light. Interior and exterior the abyss, continuous. Darkness, the sound of a deep hum we've heard before. Blackness, nothingness, then. Interior Fisher's bedroom, night continuous. Fisher awakens again in his bed, beads of sweat or water all over his face and body. Fisher. A beat.
Dang, it's okay. I'm okay. I'm here. I'm back.
A beat.
I did it. We did it. Whoa!
Fisher sees a picture of him with his mom. The handwritten black Sharpie words, the day before, the date stamp. August 12th, 20. To himself.
The day before. So the day after would make it.
He paces around his bedroom, all his thoughts jumping around in his head, eyes bulging with fierce intensity. Fisher goes back over to the photo with the date. He takes it down and moves towards the living room and the safe. Interior living room, continuous. Fisher kneels down under the desk and his finger slowly punches in the new code he's just unraveled. The green light appears and the safe door pops open. Fisher.
Yes!
Fisher removes the concrete jungle folder, all its pages intact. Exterior hallway, apartment building, night. Fisher bangs on Bryce's apartment door. It's late, too late for a little boy of 10. The door swings open, Bryce is standing there, beer in hand. We hear a voice. Fisher and Bryce lock eyes. Bryce notices a thick folder clutched under Fisher's arm. Claudette appears behind Bryce and sees Fisher out of breath, almost desperate. Fisher.
I need to talk to you. It's important, like now.
Bryce. Giving in.
Okay, big shot. Come on in.
Interior Bryce's apartment. Living room. Night continuous. Fisher.
Remember you told me that if I ever got my mom's comic, you'd help me get it to your friend?
A beat.
That you'd help me get it published. Well, after you gave me the chalk, I was able to get back.
Bryce.
Into their world?
And when I came back, I figured it out. I got it.
And with that, Fisher places Rachel's graphic novel down in front of them. On the cover is the same drawing that Rachel has been working on in the street. We see all the animals staring down via the hole from their world. The title in 3D perspective states, Concrete Jungle. Bryce picks it up and begins to thumb through the pages. His eyes light up.
This is incredible.
A beat.
Does your mom know you have this?
Fisher is silent as Claudette pulls the comic from Bryce, who now is more clear-headed. She begins to read and flip through the story.
No, she doesn't know.
Claudette shows Bryce a few pages from the comic. We see the animals as drawn by Rachel in full color. It's directly from the story. Bryce and Claudette share a glance at one another. Claudette then returns to reading the comic, fully engrossed. Claudette.
This is exactly the kind of stuff Dark World is looking for.
So you'll bring it to them, right?
Yeah, we'll bring it to Aaron in a few days, give or take. See what he...
Intense. Upset.
No, we need to bring it to him now. He needs to see this now.
Hey, hold on, bro. Calm down. I don't know how you found my pad, but it can wait till tomorrow, okay? It's late.
He motions Fisher time to go.
You sound just like my mom.
Oh my, honey?
What? What's up?
Oh my God, we're in the story.
What?
We're in the comic, and it's right here in the apartment. It's, oh Lord, and it's, oh my God, saying the words I'm speaking right now.
In shock, she thumbs through it urgently, and we see other sections of the story we've already seen. Claudette holds up the concrete jungle book to Bryce. In the final pages, we see the exact scene taking place, with the dialogue bubble saying the same words they are speaking. Bryce looks at the page. It's the three of them sitting in the living room with the rest of the page blank. The last words are what Bryce is about to utter.
This is creepy.
On the page, in a dialogue bubble, are the words being spoken, "This is creepy." At this moment, Claudette and Bryce realize they are simply characters inside the imagined real world of Rachel's graphic novel. They all look at one another shocked. There's nothing more to the story. A few white pages bookend the comic.
What's going on, Bryce? Is this one of your practical jokes?
Fisher tries desperately to resist the truth.
This isn't a joke. This is real. They're real. I'm real.
A beat.
We need to take this to Aaron, please. We need to go now.
Claudette and Bryce look at one another, a bit lost. Fisher looks as if he's suddenly been punched in the gut, hard.
I am real, right?
Nobody utters a word. He grabs the comic and flips the pages, frantic, searching for evidence against his realization. We see more bits and pieces of Rachel's story. Fisher in his room, drawing on the street drawing on his mom's picture. Fisher in the classroom at the blackboard, etc. It's all there inside the CJ graphic novel. To himself.
I'm not...
Defensive.
I am too real. I'm real. I'm here.
Eyes search, calls out.
Mama!
He sobs hard. Claudette moves to Fisher to console him. Fisher now fully realizes he is a figment of his mother's imagination, inside of her graphic novel.
Okay, let me call him. I'll call him right now. He's always up late. This thing is freaking me out. Honey, get the keys.
The door slams shut. Thud, we remain on the door. The color changes to purple. A soft light illuminates it. A hand reaches up, a hard knock on the door. Bryce's door swings open. Bryce faces Rachel. Beads of sweat cling to her face. She appears desperate. Bryce, beer in hand, wearing sweats now, is shocked to see Rachel. The safe is resting on the cart by her side.
Miss Harwood?
Beats, surprised.
Rachel?
Interior hallway, apartment building, continuous. Rachel. Desperate.
You're the only one left who I could think of.
Bryce stares at Rachel, unsure.
I had to bring it to you. You're the one other person who I thought could help me. Do it.
Bryce.
Help you do what?
Destroy it. Bryce is not fully understanding what she's talking about. Verge of a breakdown.
The story, I can't do it myself. I just can't bring myself to let him bury him.
Rachel is trembling, her hand resting on the trolley is shaking. Tears run down her cheeks, eyes pleading with Bryce's. Gentle, consoling.
It's okay, Rachel. It's all right. Come on in. Let's just take a minute. Come inside.
Interior Bryce's apartment, living room, moments later. 2 cups of hot tea sit before a slightly more calm Rachel. The silence is palpable. Bryce.
I didn't know you were continuing to work on the story.
Rachel gingerly sips at her tea, her hand still trembling.
He was such a talented, sharp kid.
Rachel.
It was the day after his birthday. We were so happy. Life looked so good, so much ahead. 10 years old is such a big thing.
Rachel takes out the photo of her and Fisher with the Sharpie writing on it. The two of them all smiles.
I finally got my car fixed.
Interior old Honda Civic, day the past. Rachel is driving. She appears happy, content. She's in a rush to get where she's going, checks her watch. Rachel, voiceover.
I just booked the Napa Festival. We were going to have such a grand weekend.
Exterior San Francisco Middle School, day the past. The inner city SF middle school doors open and a pile of school kids pour out. In the distance, we see Fisher skipping along, heading to his usual meeting corner after class. He bounces along the street, not a care in the world. Exterior street ETC old Honda Civic, day the past. Rachel turns a corner and sees the green light up ahead. She accelerates. Up ahead, a few blocks away, she can see Fisher running towards their meeting spot. His eyes light up. Exterior San Francisco streets, day the past. Fisher stops at the corner of the street where the white walk signal is about to change to red. Interior old Honda Civic, continuous the past. Rachel sees the time on the dash, floors it as the light turns yellow, anxious to get to her son. She glides through, just missing the red. Exterior San Francisco street corner, continuous the past. Fisher can see his mom's car heading towards him. A moment of contact, he waves his arms and steps off the curb just as the red "Don't Walk" sign flashes. In slow motion, Fisher steps into the street. Interior old Honda Civic, continuous the past. Rachel's eyes, her POV, she sees Fisher taking a step into the busy street. Rachel's face, eyes widen. Exterior San Francisco street corner, continuous the past. Behind Fisher, the face of a large truck barreling down the street. Fisher's arm waving to his mom's car, the walk light flashing red, Fisher's face focused on mom's car. Interior Rachel's Honda Civic. Rachel pounding on the horn, horror on her face, the bellowing truck horn in the BG. Exterior street. Skid sounds, car horns, screams are heard in the BG. The loud screeching noise comes to a halt. Interior Rachel's Honda Civic. Rachel's face, sheer terror. Interior Bryce's living room, night the present. Rachel's face, cupped in her hands, tears stream down, her eyes bloodshot. Bryce, almost in tears as well. Bryce.
I'll get some matches.
Interior Bryce's living room, night moments later. Rachel's finger punches in the code to open the safe. We see her fingers hit the keypad slowly. 81322020. Bryce stands there, a box of redheads and some lighter fluid. The safe door pops open. Rachel turns the safe upward, its back to the floor, as she opens the door wide. Rachel looks shocked, speechless. Bryce.
What is?
Rachel's hands fish around inside the dull metal box. Rachel.
It's gone. It's not here.
You didn't give it to anyone else?
No, no one.
We slowly descend towards the interior of the safe. We move into its blackness and face out, looking up at Rachel and Bryce. The door to the safe slowly closes up on us, and into darkness. Exterior San Francisco, performer spot, day 1 year later. Guinness is in the middle of his show. He towers high above the crowd in the background. Guinness.
Now in a moment, I'm going to pass my hat.
Silence.
Not so funny anymore.
The crowd roars with laughter. At the performer bench, Jim sits there counting his hat, placing 1s and 5s face up into his money bag. Zippy walks up, sets down his gear. Jim.
What up? You're third in the rotation.
Zippy.
At least one of us doesn't have to be out here anymore.
Seriously? It worked?
Yep, Rachel's book came out.
Zippy hands Jim the glossy graphic novel, Concrete Jungle, to Jim. Fisher on the cover. A sparkling smile across his face, rope leads up into a hole with a lush jungle of green above. We see, by Rachel Harwood, written across the bottom of the cover along with the Dark World logo.
Glad you stepped up and made that happen, Mr. Safecracker. That's freaking fantastic. So where is the pavement master?
Interior bookstore, day real world. Book signing table, a hand signs the name Rachel Harwood with a black Sharpie fine point. Above the signature is, in loving memory of Fisher Harwood, forever in my concrete jungle. Claudette.
Thanks, Rachel. So when's book number 2 coming out?
Rachel glances up at Claudette, smiles. Rachel.
Don't know, got some ideas floating around.
Promise me the first copy, okay?
Winks.
Piensa.
Claudette looks at her confused.
Of course.
Ah, you take care.
Rachel closes her comic novel and hands it to Claudette, who smiles and departs. Bryce waiting for her in the BG. Rachel takes another copy off the pile for the next guest. She looks down at the cover, her drawing of Fisher looking out at the world, his special chalk in hand. She subtly taps her chest 2x. We zoom in on Fisher's sweet face. We're pulled back into the concrete jungle, moving beyond the cover, back into the jungle itself. Interior concrete jungle drawing campfire forever. It's green leafy chalk world and all the animals surround the glowing campfire. They're laughing along with Fisher, all exuding a profound sort of peace. Fisher's bright smile pulls us up, away from the group, up beyond the canopy above, where the sparkling stars poke through the black night sky. Fade to black. The end.